button because I'm sitting here, I'm looking, I see the sound bouncing. We're good.
Right, right. That's what was throwing me off. The sounds bouncing. I'm like, oh, this is great. We're doing it.
I always be like, all right, can I see it? Bet. What one thing I did start to do is once I realized it had that link, is sometimes just like, will you open this real quick?
Right, 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 right. Yeah, maybe I'll start sending it to Tay or something. Just be like, hey, can you just make sure that this is
And just like,
actually
wherever you are, just text it. Just like 10 seconds, make sure the audio's coming through, the picture's clear.
That's smart. That's smart. I love it. How long have you been using Riverside for?
Bro, I had just started using it when I told you about it. I had literally just found it. So as long as you pretty much
Gotcha, gotcha.
I
It's probably like
probably hadn't
a
even used it
year.
on my phone yet.
I haven't even downloaded the app.
Oh, you're on your computer?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm on my phone.
Well, I realized that when you picked it up initially, and then it like the screen
Fell.
leveled out, and I couldn't tell. Yeah, I'm sometimes I'm slow. I like for whatever reason just having my laptop, but it's also super clunky and inconvenient. Do you use a mic on your phone, or do you just use your phone's mic?
I used to use a mic. I've used mics and I don't know. I really sometimes I can't tell which is better, the mic on the phone or the actual mics. Part of the reason I did it is because I had two phones. I would try to shoot with people on their phone, and the
Mm,
audio would just be like bouncing between the mic.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Uh-huh. That makes sense. Yeah, I've got a little Yeti action going on right here.
Not bad. I used to love that mic.
Yeah, yeah. What do you got rocking now?
This is my little baby. Is AKG C214.
Okay.
Oh, I picked this up after graduation,
Oh,
probably
nice.
like 3 months after graduation.
Shit, so it's been lasting.
Oh, bro. Yeah. Look, if you're nice to your gear, it should. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's not an iPhone.
Right, right, right. You don't need to upgrade every 3 years or
You
shit
feel
like
me? And
that.
it doesn't get touched. Like, it's never in anyone's hands unless it's in transition.
Right, right. Well, that's a good point too. And I guess like as far as like use goes, you're not on your phone. You're not on that thing like you're on your
Right? You
phone all
don't
the
have to
time.
touch it. Like, you plug the
Yeah,
cord up and you set it in the corner and you leave it there.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, hey, before we get too deep into just the conversation, Woods, real quick, do you just want to introduce yourself for the folks that don't know you, real quick? Just throw your name
Yeah.
out there and a little bit about what yourself, and then we'll dive in.
Oh, what's up, everybody? My name is Chuck Diesel. I'm an artist. I make music. I'm also an actor. That's partially how we met. We both went to OU. I graduated from their actor performance program. And since 2017, I've done a little bit of sales. I've done acting. I've done modeling. I've been a full-time photographer. And I was a gallerist for 2 years, 2.5 years. And now I'm a freelance creative director.
Nice. So, freelance, you just working for yourself then?
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. That's sweet. How long you been doing that for?
Full time again since what, October?
And it's about March. Oh, okay. Nice. So, what, like 5 months, something like that?
Yeah.
4 or 5 months. Nice. Yeah, and that's been going good.
It's been, you feel me, we've been riding the wave. It started off like, let's get it. And it leveled out, gotta find clients on a regular basis, but we spinning.
Nice. Oh, congrats, man. Was finding clients the hardest part?
Yes, dog. At this point, yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I hear you there. I was actually talking to Tay just the other day because I recently switched jobs, and um the job I'm doing right now is like on the sales side of things, but
Yeah.
I got to a point yesterday where I had done all the stuff I need to for the week to like fish for leads and all that sort of thing, and it had been 2 hours into the workday, and that was it. And I still make workout plans for people, like I'm still doing personal training, and and then obviously running the pod. And so I had basically from like 12 until I wanted to stop yesterday to just work on my own stuff. And I was
Yeah.
talking today, and I was like, outside of client acquisition, which I know is the main part, and so that's not to be like discredited, I'm like, why am I not just doing my own thing? Like if I were to just quit my job, which yesterday almost felt like I had because I had almost the full day, I was like, and I spent time chasing leads and getting clients like for myself, I think I'd do okay. Like I
Bro.
have a lot more confidence now in myself than I used to also, which comes from experience, right? So like,
No, yeah. And that's why when you said, is that the hardest thing now? It's like, I mean, I've been trying to get better at what I need to do in order to present. So the work is there. Now I just need
right.
people to pay for it.
Right, right, right. It's like the product is on point. I'm going to do a great job. I know I'm going to do a great job. It's just hire me and then I'll show you and you'll be stoked that it happened.
You feel me? So yeah, but also like you were saying, once you really sit down and you start to think like, if I'm doing this for them,
Hmm.
if I have my own offering, I could do this for me. Like if somebody is paying me, that means adding value to their business. And if they
Yeah.
have enough to pay me, that means that they're also making money too. So
Right.
I might not be rolling in the dough automatically.
100%.
But if I can make enough for them to be able to pay me and keep some, I can be able to make enough to just pay me.
Yes, 100%. And like part of that can seem a little scary, especially now that I got, Tay's my wife, obviously, and now we got a kiddo. So it's like there's a little bit more risk involved, but it's also like I'm pretty sweet at what I do, and I
What
know
wait,
that
wait,
now.
what sales are you? What are you selling?
So basically, right now I'm selling. It's like DoorDash, but for personal training. And so I go to like some of the luxury apartments in the Columbus area, and I cozy up with the leasing office and get them to like blast all of their residents with a flyer, and then residents reach out to me, and then I come to the resident and I try and sell them on 5 to 9 months of personal training, and and I don't do the training. I just sell them on the service,
Okay.
and then they get the convenience of having a personal trainer just drive up to them, and they use the facility at the apartment, and then they leave. So it's for people who don't want a gym membership and who might be a little bit scared to go to the gym, that sort of thing. And
How
so
much
it's
is it?
like
Five
great
months.
huh?
How much is it? 5 months.
It varies because they can train 1 to 4 times a week with a trainer.
One
But I
time a
mean,
week.
yeah, right. you know,
I
that's so
understand.
funny,
I
huh?
understand. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to start too heavy. I want to work my way. I don't. I don't know if I have the time to do it.
Right,
But
right. I know
really,
that's the hardest thing with regards to like training to like get through people. It's like first of all, if you do nothing, you can get away with an hour a week, 2 sessions a day, 2 sessions a week at like 30 minutes, and you can get away and you'll see strength gains relatively quickly. But if you've already like done a little bit, if you're just even a little bit conditioned, like once a week is not really gonna help you out too much.
and I'm just thinking like this. This is like if I guess some people who get trainers are people who feel like they know nothing. You feel me? So they have no basis. So it's
Right.
like if you're building from zero, you're going to see results because you've never
Oh
done
yeah.
this. But
Yes.
your results are going to be extremely slow and limited because you're not even pushing your body enough to figure out what it can do. It's just now learning that it can do this, but you're not
Yeah.
trying. You feel me? It's like, yeah. And one day I can't even fully gauge how strong you are.
Yeah. I can only run you through so many exercises if we can even do exercises.
And you're
Like
gonna be
do you
tired. By the time
you're
we
gonna be
get ready
tired?
to, you feel me? You're gonna be too tired to even give what you can get. Yeah, I'm look for
Sure.
anybody who's watching this and buying once a week. I'm glad you're taking the steps, but
Yes, 100%.
I just
100%.
I
Something is
heard
better than
you
nothing.
to
It's just
go
a
at
little
least
more investment.
twice
Twice.
a week.
Twice a week, and then we'll start to see some like progress at a quicker rate. Um, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now, and so it's weird because I basically was doing 4 years of group fitness, and so I went from doing that almost every single day to now I'm like training no one at all. I'm just like on the sales side, and this has only been like 2 weeks in, and so that has been a
Is
bit
it
of an
weird for
adjustment.
you?
Oh, it's so weird. It's so weird. But I do have like way more energy.
I was gonna say
Um,
you're so used to being active, like, and you already just have a lot of energy, dog.
Yes, yes. Like so, we already put our kid to bed, and like I was talking with Tay about something. She's like, "So when are you going to come down?" And I was like, I haven't done my 20,000 steps for the day. That's like usually what I'm doing. Plus my exercise. Plus I was getting up earlier, so it's like I haven't had this energy in
A long
4 years.
time.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit don't know what to do with myself, and a little bit like anxious because sales is also highly commission based, and so it's like the potential for commission is sick, and that would be dope from a financial perspective, but it's also like the added stressor of like not having
Getting
much of a
it.
base. So better make some sales, bro. So I have more energy and I'm also slightly more anxious, so like it's an interesting combo. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's just new, right?
No, trust me,
It's new.
dog. I hear you. I hear you. Is I'm trying to think. When did I first? Is like after we graduated, I started freelancing, but I also was working part time,
Okay, when
and
did you move to
so
LA? Or
2020, dog.
oh, okay,
As soon as everything opened up
so you
in
were
the
in
summer,
You were in Ohio, And
No, I was in Washington. I moved to Washington State right after
okay,
school.
okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, gotcha. So you
Yeah.
were in Washington for 2 years, and so after you graduated, what were you doing in Washington?
So first, I worked at a church. I
Hmm.
did their media and audio video. I ran their social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then we started a YouTube channel from like almost scratch, pretty much. And yeah, I helped set up the live stream for that and like the format and everything.
Were they live
Um,
streaming services?
mhm.
Cool, cool.
And I was editing like DVDs. A pastor had done a video series, and he
Okay,
wanted it re-edited. Bro, I
okay,
was
whatever.
recovering files from like the old school body, like full body Mac, dog.
Oh wow, that's some busy work right there.
Bruh. And then they had a bunch of just previous recordings, video and just audio, and he
Okay,
wanted
gotcha.
them to be cataloged. I was like, okay, bro, I promise you, I racked up a cool 60 hours just listening to audio.
Oh my gosh, that's
Listening to
wild.
audio, naming and dating the file and putting them in their own folders.
That's a grind right there. Oh my
No.
gosh.
That was my first like cool year and a half, 2 years almost.
Okay, gotcha. Very
But I
nice.
went from part time to full time to part time.
Okay, part time to full time to part time. Okay, cool. So, but before we get too far ahead into me catching up with what you've been up to, should we rehash a little bit of some Chuck Jake origins for our sake, and just so people understand, how we know each other and how cool this is as far as reunion go. So, some of the people that I used to live with, those are like the main people who are like listening to this shit. So, they're
Wait, is
gonna
this audio only?
no, it's video, baby.
All right, all right, all right, all right. You just said
Yeah, yeah.
listening right now, so I was like, do you post the video?
Yeah. We post video.
All
Videos
right.
going on YouTube. Yeah. But so the people who watch and listen to this, some of those people are going to be the people that you know from like my roommates and shit back in the day, and they're going to see this and they're going to be like, jaw's going to drop on the floor. But yeah. So do you remember first time we met?
Is that is that a trick question? Like, come on now.
No.
I feel like I should have to remember. Like,
Yeah, you have
it
to.
was you and Eli. I met
Yeah,
first, right?
baby.
Wasn't it just
Yes,
you
yes,
two?
sir.
And
Well, I think we were having it was like a low key summer party. It might have been the summer.
it was the
Uh,
summer. The first day I met you guys. I don't think it was a party.
it might not have been. I don't know. We
It
might
could
have
have
just
been. I don't know. I was a stranger.
yeah, you okay, yes, thank you. You were a complete stranger. Bro, it was crazy. So Chuck pulls up into our driveway, and I actually thought it was about to be like some sort of like problem, because just a car rolls up. It's like I don't know what time it is, past midnight. I'm like, oh, like is this just like some random thing I'm gonna have to deal with? Like I'm trying to have fun, and then comes out, and Chuck's just looking for a good time. Chuck was just looking to hang out, and we invited you in, and I think we were like, at least Eli and I were like feeling pretty good. We were kind of pretty rowdy from whatever we were doing, and we were just down to clown and came in, and that was really it. I don't know what we were doing.
You guys were like, bro. I swear, you
I'd
guys
rather
were
hear it
like
from your
laying on the
perspective.
grass.
Yeah, yeah, like yes,
And
yeah, I think you're
I
right.
don't know if you noticed, but I didn't just pull up. I drove by first.
Oh, I had no idea. See,
I
I was
drove
oblivious to
completely
that.
past, man. It's
I
like,
think we
here,
were
I'll
kind of
give
gone.
question. Are you is your chat still open, or should I just text you real quick?
What? Yeah, you can text me.
All right, because I had just got off of work. That's why I was late,
Oh, all good.
and I was bro, in the middle of learning how to mix and use Pro Tools. Am I
Uh-huh.
good or no?
Yeah, you're good. Go for it.
All right. And so I hadn't smoked, dog,
Uh-huh.
in weeks,
Uh-huh.
and I was just like, man, it's summertime. We were at school, so nobody's there.
Right. Yeah, it's like a ghost town.
So I was like, man, what do I do? I saw Eli's hair, dog. And
No,
it was 11 o'clock at night, and they were laying in the grass. I was like, all right.
If I were a betting man,
Like, one of them, even if it's not them, one of them knows who got the green, dog. Hey. And why are they outside in the grass at 11 o'clock at night? Like, and I think Eli was shirtless with a stick, dog.
yeah, dude, I'm sure that is exactly correct.
Oh,
There's a 90% chance he had no shirt. I mean, no, you see Eli and I laying in the grass, and any sort of assumptions you make are probably correct.
it's like, people But Mill Street people, what are they doing? Now, I'm about to go double back. I turned around.
Yeah, we were
Like,
totally oblivious. We had no idea you even drove by.
if it was another neighborhood, it could have been bad. You gotta
Sure.
watch you circling back.
Yeah. Jokes on Eli and I, but in no way were we ever paying attention to anything as much as we probably should have been.
Silly. At least you're
Silly
aware.
boy.
You know.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, and people were telling us, they're like, you guys are like reckless with almost everything you do. Like, oh, nothing bad ever happens. And I'm like,
But
yeah, it's
look,
not.
I think this is why we got along. Because again, dog, that was reckless on my part too. Especially like you said, you thought it was about to be a problem. It would have
I
been
did. Well,
somebody who was,
because I missed you
yo,
driving up.
you remember the one of the last times I was at your house and there was a dude who tried to fight me?
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
It could have been
100%.
somebody like that. You feel me?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
me pulling up, it could have just been somebody like him. Like, so on both our parts, bruh, it was kind of a reckless. But again, like I said, that's why we vibe because we were like,
It was
yo,
the hey, it was the times. It was the
we
times
not
for sure.
worried.
Yeah, well, once we realized like you were just coming and you were just looking to chill and like looking to blow down, we were like, oh, okay, yeah, that's all we're trying to do. So,
No, and that's when I found out. And I was like, okay, bet I did pick the right person.
yes, 100%,
Like
100%.
Spidey sisters just be tingling.
Yeah, and then it worked out. We had some like mutual acquaintances. You remember Caleb at all? Um, uh, I'm trying to think of how I would even begin to describe him.
Did he make music?
No, well, he was into music. I mean, he was just another plug guy though. And anyways, we and you also knew D. Oh shoot. But anyways, all that aside, yeah, man, you started coming over regularly, and I started listening. That you like figure out that you were into music, and while I wasn't like. I wasn't making music like you. Like I was also writing lyrics and stuff, and then we could just like vibe. And I remember like, one time my roommate Michael, like you and I were like getting in, not into like a heated discussion, but we were like bringing up points about like Kid Cudi versus like some other rapper. And
Yeah.
you and I ended up coming to the same conclusion. It's like, yeah, it's like Kid Cudi is an amazing artist, but he's not really like a great rapper. He's like very much a vibe. And
Right, he's not.
he
Yeah,
was getting
yeah.
heated. He was like, because Kid Cudi's his favorite artist. He's like, he's amazing. It's like, no, he's amazing.
Nobody
He's
said he's not amazing.
yeah. But you and I could have like really good music conversations. And then like my favorite rapper of all time is Lil Wayne, and so like there was a lot of agreement in that front, at least in some regards. And then you were just someone that would just like fucking come by randomly, just pull, oh, Chuck's here, and we would do like some roof sessions, chilling on the roof, doing all that.
Yeah.
But I remember you're okay. Do you remember this? This is a celebrity encounter, and this is me and you. We like, and when I say celebrity, I mean like grade D celebrity. But it's Mom's weekend. It's Mom's weekend, and my mom had been hanging out, but like she went back to my place, and you and I went out together, and we are out at J Bar. And one of the moms from the show Dance Moms, her daughter went to OU. And because my sister recognized her immediately. And I said to you, I was like, hey, that mom is famous. And you were like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, that mom is from the show Dance Moms. And I don't even know if you knew what Dance Moms was. And like, it's late. So, we've been getting after it. And you're like, whatever. And so we're hanging out at J Bar. And I just stand in front of her. I just stand in front of this Dance Moms lady, and people start lining up to like take photos with her. And I just stood in front of her and would tell people yes or no if they could take a photo. And if I said yes, she would take a photo with them. And so I was just bouncing people inside J Bar with one of the moms from Dance Moms. And a couple times you came back up to me because I think you had friends there.
I was just about to say, I think I remember this, but like you said, bro, it was late. I remember
It
this.
was late.
I came to your house just to say what's up, and everybody was going to bed, and you were like, I don't want to go to sleep yet. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I remember this. But you're right. I did not understand what was going on.
Yes.
So I just walked away. When you
yes.
posted up with her, bro, I was like,
I literally posted up with her
Jake's
and like,
here. I'll be back.
Yeah, I just squared my shoulders up to like puff my chest out to make myself look more like a bouncer, and you would just come back every like 10 minutes or something, and like you didn't get what I was doing. And
I don't know
why I was doing that either. It made no sense, and she just let it happen. Like
she was probably happy.
down.
Bro,
she was down.
probably happy.
I was like, hey, this guy wants to take a photo with you. And she's like, all right. I was like, okay, you're cool. And then I would like turn some people down and like send them away. And then some other one would come up and be like, all right, yeah, this guy's good. And she would do it. Oh
She
my
should have
God.
hired you as security.
It was so funny. But tell people a little about the music you were making at the time. Because back in college, you were like doing shows and that sort of thing. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so actually, I did a fest from out there. I don't remember what it was called, but someone we went to school with threw a fest like we were in hella big fields in the middle of
It was
nowhere. There,
D. It was our mutual friend D, right? Who threw the fest. Like he was involved with it. Because remember, Eli and I drove out. And was your brother there?
I don't think my brother was at
I
that
don't
one.
think he might not have been, but we drove out to that fest. I watched you
When
perform.
you say D, like no face comes to mind.
Oh,
That's the only reason I look so confused because I'm trying to visualize the person and I can't.
okay. Keep telling your story. Keep talking about
But
your story.
yes,
I'm gonna show you a
everything
photo.
you just said tracks, except for I can't figure out who D is, and it was Cass who was also DJing. But I was
Yes,
rapping. I'm still rapping. I dropped my
yes,
first
you are.
single. It's called Sleazy, and then I dropped the EP called Trap Diesel, and I actually signed a distribution deal to Universal, and my CD was all over, bro. It was available Amazon, Target, Walmart, all of that good shit for physical copies when they still made physical copies. And
Dude,
then
I literally have a physical copy of Trap Diesel in my car.
that's love right there, dog.
That is
Like
love. It's in it. The,
that's
the CD
crazy.
case is green. Like the actual like plastic is green, and it's got the Trap Diesel
Bro,
logo in the front,
you
like in
know
front
that
of the
the
gas
cover
station.
was based off of the
BP.
yeah.
Oh, I know. It looks
Yeah.
exactly like it.
And then I had to, man, that was annoying, bro. As I was trying to get the cover art together and everything, because I wanted it to be a little bit different, but it just wasn't working out right. So I was like, all right, let me just
Gotcha.
find something that is easy. But I want it to be like the BP.
Hey,
But
it
yeah,
worked out.
I started learning how to actually use Pro Tools. 'Cause I have been making music, bro, since like 2008, 2010. But I
Because you were
hadn't
making music
done,
in high school, like
yeah.
CDOT.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly.
I know.
CDOT, C dot. And once I got into what sophomore year, it was crazy because
Mhm.
I lived across the street from where I met you guys at, like the year before, 2 years before I met you there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't know that.
Yeah, right on the other side. Well, a little up the street, a little because you were right at Mill, so I was at the
Yeah,
top
corner of
and to
Mill and
the
College.
right. But anyways, during my sophomore year, I was like, bro, you don't have any professional quality music. You need to get on it. And so my junior year, I started recording, and I realized that this is an expensive process. So, like I said, when I met you guys, I was in the middle of learning how to engineer myself, and I just recorded
Oh.
that whole project. Like half of that tape was recorded in my closet, bro, at OU.
Okay, well, because I actually remember, because dude, that's so funny. So I don't think I had realized that was the timeline, but shortly after you and I met, you came over, and I think you drove over, and then me, you, and my friend Sean, sat in your car,
I knew
and
that's what you were about to say. I
we
remember
listened
that.
to all of Trap Diesel, and we were geeked, dude, because we were hotboxing, and like, I mean, forever that EP is goated in my
Nah,
eyes.
bro. Look, the fact that look, I recorded it at OU, bro. This was recorded in Athens, Ohio, and it was released through Universal Music Group. Like, what are we
So
talking
cool,
about?
so cool,
I
hype.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I forget, and it's like it wasn't a big life changer in the elements of my life, but
Hmm.
when it comes to mindset, bro, whole world just changed. Like, first off, I didn't know nothing about this a year ago.
Right,
Like,
right, right. It's like brand spanking new. Uh huh.
and second, possibilities are really right there. Like, I was just
If you want
telling
to do it,
somebody
just
the
do it.
other day. I was in a back room, literally a back room in one of the poorest towns in Ohio, in a
Yeah,
closet, and somehow I found my way to stores across the nation, dog. Just from
crazy,
being on the phone and the computer with the right product. Like we already
dude.
said, we worked on the product. Now you
You
just
gotta have
gotta
faith.
figure out how to get people to get it.
Yes, 100%. Well, I remember when Sleaze was starting to get around. Um, one of my friends texted me saying, uh, "All my Toledo friends bump Sleaze when they're doing their pregame," and I sent that to you, and you were like, "Bro, that's high key dope."
Bro, anytime you see my faces now, I don't know what to say, bro. Anytime anybody says like a group of people are listening to something, I'm just like, okay, like,
It's cool.
the
Well,
anxiety, dog. You got to take it to the next level. Like,
hmm well,
yeah,
I think what was cool also about that time is like that it really encapsulated an era, and you were really living the Trap Diesel life. You know what I'm saying? And it was relatable for me too. Like that was like peak Pirate Lord era for me. And
You
so
said
like
Pirate Lord.
and so like I was just like all about it because for those very reasons, it was like, oh, my new friend is making music in the same town I live in about the same stuff we both do. And then also like the vibes, dude. I mean, even just getting back on with you, we just immediately started talking. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like
100%. And that's
the
what I meant when I was like, I guess it was already, we felt the vibe. Like, hey, he ain't worried about
yeah, right.
nothing.
He probably should be, but he's not.
You feel me? It was like, I think I like this
Uh
guy.
huh. Uh
But
huh.
like you said, a lot of people have let me know, you can pay a little bit more attention to stuff. So it wouldn't hurt. All right. It's
Yeah,
worked out
you're not
okay.
wrong.
But awareness is a thing. Like, look, you just reminded me of being a bouncer in a bar for over an hour. It's 8 years later, and I just now understood what you were doing. But
Right.
you were there. You were safe.
Yeah, we were safe. It was
He's
good.
doing what makes him happy.
Yeah, yeah. The previous mom's weekend, I had gotten a citation by the police, so we were doing leaps and bounds better than the previous year.
No, I hear that, bro. OU was definitely a wild place. But that's another reason why, like, I hear what you're saying. People connected with the song. And I really didn't even think about that aspect of it, of like, people like it because they feel like it's them. You feel me? Because, like, who walks around talking about I'm sleazy?
Right, 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 right. It's
But
just like
then when people would see the
young
video,
goofy
they're
kids.
like, is that a Cheeto next to a condom and a lighter on your bedstand? I didn't even notice.
Well,
Literally,
that's
bro.
because you didn't need to set the scene. There's no like there's
I
no.
feel bad saying this, but
It's just
you're
totally
right.
real.
I didn't set the scene, dog.
Yeah, it's not like a set dressing. No one's coming in and like making it look how it is. It's like no, that was just
But
the
you know what's crazy?
what?
In my head, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I see in the video like the close up on the nightstand and the details on it. I didn't even notice it was there. The
Why would you?
videographer walked in and said, "Oh, perfect. You got Cheetos on the counter."
It's like it's already ratchet. We don't have to do anything.
That is too funny. That is
Well, like
so funny.
so when you dropped the Don John video, it was the same thing because uh, there's like a container in that video, and whatever, like I can't remember exactly what was in the container, but there's like the cash and whatever. Um, and oh shit, are you about to whip this out?
It doesn't have anything in it anymore. It's actually funny, bro. It's not even the same box. It just looks exactly the same. But that
That's
one
so
had a, you
funny.
feel me? It had a little code on it.
Yes, yes. I think it was a little smaller, or was it the same size?
It might have been a little bit smaller. I think it was maybe like cut this off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, so yes, but anyways, in the video, and people can watch this on YouTube, but like, you open the container, and Eli and I were watching the video, and we saw what was in there, and including the amount of money, and Eli and I were both immediately related. We're like, that's how you know it's real. Uh, Eli and I literally said it to each other, like, see, this is how you know that it's real because that is. We didn't have the same container, but like that's what our shit looks like.
It looks exactly like that. Exactly. You throw it in
Yes.
the bag. No,
Oh
honestly,
man.
bro, I'm so happy to hear somebody say like, looking at it, it wasn't even a matter of this is dope, he's dope, I like the song, but it was relatable. Like that's what you feel me. That's what makes it. As an artist and someone who made something just from what's in my head, for someone to be like, I relate to that. It's like, all right, cool, good.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not the
yeah.
only one.
No, not at all. Well, and also I think what's special about that one is it had like the interludes where it's like you on the phone. It's like yo,
Oh, you remember the original? We listened
yeah,
to the original.
dude. That's what I have on CD is the original. The original
So
has
you have
the
the one that I pressed up.
yes,
That's even more special, bruh.
yes.
It's
I
like,
love the intros, dude. Because so this is my parents had a copy of Will Smith's Big Willie style, and that one has a lot of interludes on it. And so I always thought those were so funny whenever albums had that because I just thought it was like just a cool little
it
skit
just gives
slash
you a little
funny thing to have.
insight.
Yeah, a little insight. And so I was all about, and also like I knew you, and so, and so I'm having fun just driving around Athens listening to you. One because you're my friend, and two because I like interludes. And so like, and then all of a sudden, "Caught the Check" comes on. I'm like, and we're back in.
Oh yeah, no, that beat is crazy. To this day, that's the one thing about that project, bro. That to this day, take all the lyrics off, and those beats, bro, still go crazy. Like the
Well,
production is still on par for 2024, and that was almost 10. Some of those songs, bro, the production was almost 10 years ago because it was before I met you. You feel me?
yeah, I'm
I
sure.
but
Yeah, well, I mean, the banger ratio is
and
just
that's
like,
really what it is. It's like if the beat was a 10 then, it's gonna stay at 8 forever.
yeah, yeah, it's right, for sure. No, I think it all holds up. But I was actually, not to jump ahead too much, but so I listened to your new, what you called it, Love Wolf, right? Your new, is that the
Yeah,
new album, EP or album?
bro. Technically, I consider it an EP. The
Yeah, it's short.
way that I uploaded it, it didn't have the option.
Gotcha,
So it was
gotcha.
multiple songs. And
Uh-huh.
honestly, short form, it's listed as an album.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I mean, regardless, so I listened to that, but um, when I drive, typically, if I listen to music, I just have my liked songs on shuffle. So just like that. And Summer Sessions came on. And and I don't even remember when you released that. But I vibe with that one, especially the chorus, because it's like the Summer Sessions, because it's like flat and it's kind of like so laid back, and I feel like I'm just at the pool, just like almost falling asleep, like just kind of vibing. Anyways, it's a good one to drive around to. But one of the
Honestly,
things,
bro, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm just surprised that you listen to that song. I always wonder, do people listen to this?
yeah. Well, listen, I have you as a followed artist. I have since I got Spotify, which was, who knows, but it was after graduation. It might have been 2020 because I was Apple Music for a while. But I think I even had some of your stuff on Apple Music. But regardless, so anytime you drop something, it comes up for me on Spotify, and so I'll always listen to it. And so I've got when I'm driving around, I'll just hit random Chuck Diesel songs that I have liked on my Spotify, and so we got like, I'll do like Gold Chain Slave or Summer Sessions is one. Um, Ralphie P. I fuck with Ralphie P.
Bro, the beat on Ralphie P go crazy. But
Uh huh.
Gold Chain Slave,
Uh
bro,
huh.
that was one of my most played songs.
Oh, was it really? I had no
I'm
idea.
so surprised because it's so chill. Like out
It's
of every
mega
song
chill.
you listed, Don John, Sleazy, people love him, turn up, vibe.
Right.
Past my own promo and marketing, Gold Chain Slaves was still doing, you feel me, spins. I
Oh,
hadn't done
okay. It
any
was word of
promo or
mouth then.
marketing for like a year, man, and it was my most played song.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was
Congrats.
like,
That's
that's
very
crazy
cool.
because it's the opposite of what I was thinking. I thought people wanted to turn up.
Sure. Well, I think that's what's cool though, and especially with your most recent one, the Love Wolf, because like when I remember having conversations with you, when we were like an OU era, and like I would maybe list artists and say you're like these three or four blended together, and that's like the Chuck Diesel, um, which like I think is slightly more fair because Trap Diesel, like there's a lot of trap songs, you know what I'm saying, and
It
so
was
like
trap production, like
trap
trap
production, and so
beats.
like it's easy for like it's easy to draw from other artists, but like when I listen to your stuff now, I can't think of other artists you sound like, which I feel like as an artist is a
It's
good thing.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you want, is like your own unique sound, but like you have, and like this Chuck accent that you don't have when you talk, but but you have when you rhyme and when you sing and when you rap, and it's not always there, and I can't do it. And I'm like pretty good with impressions, but I can't nail it down.
That's funny.
Um, but I feel like you've really found your own sound post Trap Diesel. Not that Trap Diesel wasn't, and I fucking love
No,
that entire
yeah,
thing, because that was totally you. But I feel like the through line post then is like you finding your sound, which is completely unique because you're this weird vibe of like rap meets sing song with your Chuck accent, and that is
I
that is
really want to hear this Czech accent now and just
I,
like
I,
point
I
out.
what was I listening to? I was because I listened. I
That's
was
funny.
I was re-listening to Love Wolf on the way here, and maybe on my way or Save You, you do it. Um, I don't know. I'll have to like scrub through it and find a
See,
section, and then
I
call
think
you and
I
be like,
hear
this
what
is
you're
what I
saying.
mean.
I'm gonna listen to it afterward, and I think I hear what you're saying because it's partially the music, dog. It's not even that I consciously do it.
No, no, not at all, for sure. I agree. Well, and it's like I think it's also like a lot on the O's. On the O's, you do. I don't know.
You said I sound Canadian.
Yes, yes, yes. It's
I
like
guess I've been listening to too much Drizzy for too long.
Jersey doesn't even have a Canadian accent.
Yeah, because he be turning it off.
Yeah, that fair enough, fair enough. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh snap! But something else about the interludes I wanted to say, bro. You
Please,
know
please,
my
please.
most Shazammed thing is one of those interludes,
Really? How come?
bro. like 10,000 times.
What?
The
I would
one where I
not
be
have guessed
talking
that.
the craziest is niggas be tripping.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Bro, 10,000 Shazams. I was like, I guess people was like, who is this talking so much shit?
Yo, that's so funny. That's so funny. Um, oh yeah. So looking now, I'm just looking at your shit right now, but the one you did with your brother, Wolf's Den,
Yeah, that was
with
Quay. Did you meet Quay? That's my older cousin. He's the whole reason I even started making music.
I met I can't remember what the it's like Guru Wolf.
Yeah.
Who's is that him?
No, that's another one of my cousins that I make music with. We haven't
Okay.
put a song together, bro, since before I met you, though, like a finished song.
Okay. Well, so do you remember the situation in which I met him? Guru Wolf, that is. Am I
Was he
saying that right?
lost? Was he trying to find me?
No, bro. It, it's when we did the "Say What I Want" music video.
Oh, that's when you guys met?
Yes.
That's crazy, because he had been down at OU.
I mean, I could have met him and just would have been faded. I mean, that's also a possibility.
No, he
Shoot,
might
no,
have.
he came over. He came to the house. He came to the
Did
house.
he?
Yeah, he came to the house.
All
I
right.
met your brother at OU too, but
Yeah, he lived there with me for like a month.
yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, because I remember I came over to Acacia and he let me in and you were doing something and it was just like me and your brother for like 30 minutes. I don't know what you were doing. And as soon as you came back, he went off on you for like not he went off. He was just giving you shit. He's like, bro, your man's been sitting here for 30 minutes waiting on you, dog.
I'm sorry.
I
That's
don't care.
crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's an I wish I could remember what was going on for the three of us to be in the Acacia house.
dude. Well, would it have been close to when you were about to graduate?
It would have had to be, but that's another part of the reason why it's crazy. I
Yeah,
don't.
well, I think I came over because we were like saying goodbye to each other.
Oh, that would make
Like
sense.
yeah, yeah. Like I think we were smoking one like one last time, and then we were like gushing on each other before you left, and then it was like all right, and then I think we did the "Say What I Want" video after that because
The Say
that
What I
that would
Want
have been
video was later on in the summer. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that was actually
Um,
fun.
that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And I remember like Tay and then Guru Wolf's girlfriend was also there at the time, and they were just like standing in the background.
Honestly, bro, the whole vision was. I don't
Here,
know.
talk about it. Talk about the vision. Talk about this shoot.
I mean, honestly, bro, I feel like I just be having ideas, and I didn't know 100% how it was gonna work out. I just knew the basics, like, all right, it's kidnapping.
You made signs for like the free diesel because I think part of
Well,
it.
this is what it is, bro. There were supposed
Here
to
we
be
go.
more people. There were
Yes.
supposed to be so many more people. That's what it is. So my whole vision just got altered as soon as we got there because a third of the people showed up. So I was like, what do we do now?
I don't think I was aware of that. That makes sense because I remember we had the signs and
We didn't use them.
we didn't use them. We were like talking about it and we're like I don't think it makes sense with the crowd we have.
There was no crowd.
Yeah, it was like me, you, and your brother because your brother has a verse and "Say What I Want," which is fire. And then Guru Wolf, and that was it. So it was like the four of us, and then like the girls just kind of like they might have been in a couple shots, but I think they just watched.
I mean, nah, they were helping. They were helping. Look, I'm gonna
I
say
can't remember.
this for
I had a blast though.
someone who doesn't do music videos to have to do a music video with no example of what it is you're supposed to do. I can't be mad at nobody.
Well, I remember the guy who was shooting it. He like had to give us a pep talk because he was like, because you were like doing your thing,
Bro,
and
I
he
was
was just like,
exerting energy.
yeah, and he was like to the other three, he's like, I've shot a couple of these before. He's like, you guys need to like go a little bit harder because it's gonna look weird if he's the only one that's going hard. And we were like, oh shit, okay, uh, let me start dancing.
I actually just was with him this past summer. Uh, my roommate from when I met you, he got married, and
Oh,
that was
sick.
one of his friends. He introduced me to him, so he was at the wedding.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's so cool.
Crazy times have changed. Now I shoot music videos.
Right, right. Yeah. So let's get in a little bit back into your journey. So you make Trap Diesel, you shoot some videos, all the videos slap. We do the Say What I Want. But did you ever release that video?
It's out. It's live. I believe it should be.
Shit, I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty
find that.
sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm about to look real quick.
Yeah, check that out. Because I don't know if I ever watched it.
You never seen it?
No, I don't. I mean, I think I searched for it at one point, but I might have searched before it went up. And then
Actually, this is what it is. I didn't put it out.
oh, okay. Was it like unlisted or something on YouTube?
No, my older brother put it out
Oh,
on his channel.
What's his channel called? Does he still have it?
I just sent you the link.
Oh, I'm hype. Oh my god, it's real, and this has footage from what we shot that day.
Bro, 80% of it.
I'm so hyped to watch this later.
I think everything that's in this was shot that day. It's like we have the footage from us, but then there's some footage beforehand of, or maybe it was after. Same day though. Everything in it was the same day.
That is fire. Is it? Can we watch it now? Is there a way to stream it while we
Let me
do this
see.
thing?
Is there a way to play it in here?
Let's see. What's this button do? Oh no.
I think I gotta open the other link.
Because I have a screen share option. I could open it
Yeah,
and
because
message.
you're the head of it. So yeah, go ahead, play it. That's fine.
Allow.
I actually think I did the edit on this video too. So this is what got me to be the editor, bro. Is because like Trap Diesel, I paid people. That's crazy. I paid people to do all of Trap Diesel when it came to the video stuff, and even some of the masters on the songs. Like I recorded them in what is it? Well, no, the version you have, 80% of that was me. But there's a 5-track EP version of Trap Diesel, and the videos on there I paid for and all of that. Once we started getting into this side of stuff, I was like, bet, I'll pay you to shoot it. I'll edit it.
Gotcha. So on your end, can you see my YouTube screen at all?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. We're doing this shit now.
The text is so wow.
Let's go, baby.
I would never do the text like that again. Bro, it looks like something from, I don't even know. I don't know. I was doing my best though. I ain't mad at it.
No, not at all. I mean, hey, I'm here for an intro.
Is there audio?
Can you hear any of the music video audio right now?
None.
Here.
All right.
How about now?
Yeah. It's so long of an intro though. That's another thing when I watch it. And the stuff I was saying, bro, anybody who knows me knows I'd be the last person to be arguing with somebody on the internet.
That's very true.
If someone would be arguing with me on the internet, I would sit there laughing as I read it.
Yeah, maybe I have seen it. This guy looks familiar.
You feel me, bro? I'm sitting in the, yeah, no. And if that was the same L for an hour, that's crazy.
Yo, what's up, fuck nigga? Heard you talking that fuck shit.
Bro, he actually hurt me.
I'm at the crib, bro.
This looks like we're acting.
Hey, look.
This is not acting.
What I want. If you got a problem with it.
He really hurt me, dog. There was no regard for how I fell out that chair. That's how I ended up in the chair with all that stuff. And then right here too, he was for real manhandling me, dog. He really threw me in the car. Like,
oh, that's so good.
If you listen, you can hear a thud. It was my body hitting the car.
Oh, hilarious.
And afterward, he was like, I'm a good actor. I could be an actor too. And I was like, yeah, dog, because you're not acting.
See, but this makes sense with all the signs, like why we had all the signs now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I made it make sense.
Hey, we gotta go get this nigga Chuck. You gotta ride out.
All right. See that at Owen Thompson. You just started over here. Right, I'm fucked up now. I say what I want. I say what I want. Please don't confront. Chuck got the D's on here when I front. Hey, cause it pack a punch. Trust my nigga, I will not front. Hey, cause I say what I want. Look you in your face and tell you pull up. Soft nigga, now you look like you stuck. Face look like I should ask you how long was your buzz. What is the fuzz? Cause you seen the fuzz. Nigga just hush cause I'm in a rush. My flow is light years away. I need some buzz. Hey, but I say what I want. You would just think I'm on drugs. Hey, but I just got it from cuz. I say what I want. I say what I want. I say what I want. Please don't confront. Hey, cause I say what I want. I say what I want. Please don't confront. Cause I say what I want. I say what I want. I say what I want.
I can't really do that up there right now.
I say what I want. Check out the diesel. Hey, he when I front. Hey, I say what I want. Check out the diesel. Hey, he when I front. Hey, I say what I want. I say what I want. So please don't confront. I say what I want. I say what I want. I say what I want. Say what I want to,
bro, because we don't know
do what I want to.
Like.
Nigga, I'm the plug world, do if I want to. Niggas have no clue how I get loose. All I do, tell the truth, magic in the booth. I be spitting like poof. You my nigga P, you women in the coop. Saw my nigga Q, he threw out the deuce. Now with the crew, ready for a cruise. Gonna hit the city cause you looking for the views. Academic blue when we gone off the juice. She leave it with me, but she came in with you. You think you look cute, but you can't touch my shoes. Falling like Jordan, then go ahead and shoot. Making these claims, don't have no proof. Going all out, I will not call the truth. Go against me and get left with a bruise. Young and I'm ready, I'm staying on snooze. I'm thinking about green and letting it ooze. I'm petty, that's why y'all choose.
That summer, that's what I did. Like,
I
playing a
want. I
fucking
say what I
sledgehammer.
want. Please don't
I did
confront.
not know
I
that.
say what I want.
Yeah,
I
with
say
my
what I
shoulders
want.
looking all diesel.
We say what we want. Please don't confront. Hey,
Wow.
we say what we want. Hey.
But yeah, man, that's one of the first videos I edited.
That is crazy. I'm not. This is a crazy view right now. How do I
Bro,
get
that's
out of
what's
this?
crazy right there. Like, I was like, what? Why did it do all that?
Well, I'm glad we did that because that was absolutely hilarious.
Bruh.
In the best, I mean, in the best way. I just meant just seeing myself on screen and also Tay in the
No, bro,
background.
look, I hear you, bro. Like, watching it back and everything is just, you feel me? It's just what it is. It is what it is. That's what it was. Like, we kept it, like you said, I did not try to sugarcoat, hide, cover up, embellish. Like, this is what I'm doing, dog.
Yeah. Wow, that was so fun. That was fun. I mean, everyone was super cool though. Like
No,
everyone
yeah.
was fun. Everyone was down. I think that's what made it work though. It's just like if people are
I
down.
was grateful for the people who showed up because, like I said, I invited a lot of people. So it's like, regardless of anyone who didn't show up, I was glad that the ones who did. Like,
Nice. Okay, so after that, that's probably the last time I see you in person.
Yeah.
That's probably the last time we had hung out. So we talked about how you did the job for the church. What happens after then? Is that when you moved to LA? And let's
Oh,
talk.
bro, no. So, if you want to, all right.
No,
So
no, no.
before even moving to Washington, bro. So graduate, right?
Uh-huh.
During the time where we just watched that video after graduation, like I said, I was working with the sledgehammer. I had moved back to Worcester, kind of. Whereas like most of my stuff was at my mom's house. Type
Okay, I was
moved
about to
back,
say, were you
right?
with your mom? Yeah.
And at first, no, just straight from OU, I was at my cousin's house. It was weird, bro, because I was bouncing between OU, my mom's, and my cousins because I did not want to live back at my mom's, and I didn't want to stay at OU because, come on now, the debauchery was not gonna end. You feel me? It was like I gotta stop, but I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now, and I don't know how to get there, and I don't want to go live with my mom. So during the summer, we got a job that was paying like 20, 25 an hour. Like, come on, bro, in Ohio. My last job, I was making $10 an hour, I think, after 2 raises, you feel me? So it's
Right.
like $10 an hour was nice, but 20, 25, I'll take that. And we were putting up big tents, bro. And like, when people throw like festivals and carnivals and stuff like that and weddings, and we will
Dude, I
use,
remember this. I remember you telling me about this.
bro, and I'll probably put it on my Snap stories.
Yeah.
And so that summer, I was just getting to it, bro, with the sledgehammer, trying to stack
Yeah.
up. And I was at my cousin's house in Guru. I was with him in Columbus, and then things just weren't making sense. And I was driving back and forth all over the place. The work started to slow down, so I did end up moving back to my hometown, bro, and working the same job I had as my first job in high school. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you this, dog. The town that I'm from is 85% white, literally 85% white, and
Sure.
there's only about 40,000, 45,000 people. So
Mhm.
out of these 45,000 people, 40,000 of them, 37,000 of them are white. And then the other 5 to 8,000 are every other color, shade, and creed of people: Indian, Native American, African American, Latino, all of that, bro. And unfortunately, people will say, it's not because you're black. Bro, my name is Charles Wright,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a college degree.
Yeah.
I could not get hired at any job, bro.
Dang, that's
I
bad.
applied grocery stores, clothing stores, paintbrush company. I had an interview at a gas station. We both know, bro. I worked at the gas station in OU, bro, for over a year, bro.
That experience on the resume and the gas station says no.
With 2 different raises while I worked there. Bruh, I put my application in, I think online. Within 8 hours, I got a phone call trying to schedule an appointment. We want to get you in here. You have past experience. I lived less than 5 minutes away. It would take
Perfect.
me 15 minutes to walk there.
Yeah.
Bruh, I walked in the door. The dude at the counter said, yes. I walked up to you feel me? It's a gas station, so
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot going on. And I
Right.
walked straight up to the counter. He
Mhm.
was sitting down.
Mhm.
Looked up. Yes. Hi, I'm here for an interview. Who are you? Charles Wright. Dog, on the phone, he told me they haven't been able to find anybody that they wanted to hire, and they've been looking for somebody for the last 3 months. Nigga, you know who you got an interview with today. You just want to confirm I'm Charles Wright because you did not expect to see me, Charles Wright.
Right. Uh-huh.
Bro,
Yeah, that sucks.
we did this interview in probably 10 minutes or less. And he just said, so where you from? Where you live? How old are you? You just moved back to town from OU? Oh, you got your degree? All right, past experience? Cool. Before we wrap this up, I just want to know about your background and your criminal history. I have none.
Right.
He was like, all right, just know we do it in a very thorough and deep check. So if there's anything that would possibly hold you back, just let me know now. And I was like, I don't have
Yeah,
a
run it.
criminal record.
Run
And
the
he was
background
like,
check.
nothing at all. And I was like, bro, the worst thing I could think of is a disorderly conduct. Oh,
That's what I
disorderly
have.
conduct for what? I was like, bruh, what? It happened when I was like a freshman in college and nothing. He was like, okay, well, just understand we do a deep dive, so you might as well just tell me now. Bruh, I never heard back from him.
That's wild.
And like I said, bro, I applied everywhere I could from Dunham Sports to Walmart, bruh, and I did
Right.
not get a call back. So I ended up working at the same job I had when I was 16,
Mhm.
and the woman who was the assistant manager was a woman I had trained when I was in high school. She's also the woman that made me quit the job.
Oh, lovely.
She didn't make me quit, but bro, just the way she was talking to me, and not just me, she talked to everybody like they were her stepson. And the
Gotcha.
manager didn't want to lose her second in charge, so she never really said anything. But you already know what I like to do, bro. Trap Diesel was not just a moniker. So I was like, bruh, I've been getting these bags right. And I can make way more money in an hour by
Yeah.
one conversation with the right person than
Right.
I'm about to do in here trying to stack this. Bro, and that's another thing. Minimum wage was like $7.50.
Dude, I
$8.
know. I made
I was,
I made 750 for 3 years at Panera because I went back there after my freshman year of college and again 750.
bro, that's
I became
sixty
a
dollars
certified
a
trainer, no pay
day.
raise. Yeah, it's
Sixty
crazy.
dollars a day. Like when
Yeah,
you
man.
really do that math, you're like, all right, bro, I just traded 8 hours for $60.
Right.
Bro, I can drive people back and forth across town for $10 and make $60 in an hour.
Right. Or like shovel driveways when it's
10 of those. I can do
yeah.
10 driveways in 4 hours. That's easy. 30
Oh
minutes?
yeah. People will give you like $5-10 just for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, bro.
Easy.
And so again, like we were saying earlier, it's just like putting things into perspective. I'm doing all of this work in order for you to be able to pay me and these other people as well. If I did a fraction of this work for myself, I think I could make it shake. And so that's kind of what drove me to being in Washington. Is I had a cousin who
Mhm.
came and visited, and again, I was moving bags, and it wasn't. Bro, I got pulled over. It was in Ohio,
Mhm.
so I didn't get in trouble, but I did
Mhm.
get a ticket, and I got pulled over again in the small town where
Mhm.
I'm one of 1,000 black people. The first
Right.
time I got pulled over, the cop looked at me and said, "Who are you? And where do you live?" And I had literally, bro, 2, 3 months ago, just came back to the area. So I was like, I mean, I literally just moved back here like a month ago, like maybe. She was like, "Oh, so that's why I don't know you." I was like, "Huh? What you mean me?" Like, you know
Why
every
would you
black
know
guy
me
in this
anyways?
town? Bruh, literally walked up to me and said, "You know why I pulled you over?" "No, I don't." "Do you always use your turn signal or no?" "I always use my turn signal." "Well, you just failed to use your turn signal just now. No problem. I just want you to know I've already called the search dogs and we're going to be searching your vehicle."
Gee, many Christmas.
Oh, dog, what? It
For
was
for
crazy work,
for a
bro.
for a lack of turn signal?
Bro, exactly. And so this is what made me move to Washington. The fact I couldn't get a job, I was
In,
being
in small
bullied
town
by a
Ohio.
woman I trained on the position 8 years prior.
Yeah.
And I started getting pulled over, bro. I got pulled over like 3 times in a matter of a month or two.
It's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's all right. I need to get out of here, bro. They're trying to
Uh-huh.
get me. So
Yeah.
I had an older cousin who lived in Washington. She's the creative director. She does stuff for like big companies, bro. Amazon, Dove, Nike. She's worked on campaigns for them and platforms for them, and I helped design stuff like T-Mobile commercials and stuff like that. And so she knew I had the performance background, and she's literally sat in rooms where they've been looking for people to cast, and someone who's
Mm,
in charge, a director or producer, will be like, "Oh, I have a nephew who's perfect for this," or "I have a cousin who, you feel me," and they'll just call someone they know for the part that pays like 10 grand. And so she was like, "Come out here. I'll show you how to like organize your portfolio and present yourself in order to step into roles like that."
nice.
Didn't happen.
Oh shit.
She did try to teach me stuff in order to help her with some of her clients. Is like she was starting her own agency and
Mhm.
working with musicians and like, a couple of brands. And so like she taught me a little bit more on how to build websites because I had already built my own website and did my own digitals. Like the cover for Trap Diesel, you feel me? I did that,
Mhm.
and then I had my music website. So she helped me. Once she realized that's something I was doing, she looked at it and she did a whole lot on my second version of my first website and
Oh,
just showed
sick.
me like how to organize stuff like font, text, layouts. But the main thing
Oh,
she did
okay.
was
Like
just
user
show me
experience stuff, like UI, like you know what I'm saying?
like she
Like from the
cleaned it
user
up.
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, like she made it look like a a, a polished website. You
Awesome.
feel me? Because like I had
Oh
the
yeah.
website, but then she saw it and she was like, "Here, let me help you redesign it." And then she gave me like different pages. Like I think I had everything in this on one page. She like made an about page, a home page. And then once I moved to Washington, she had me like sit in while she was editing websites, and then she started giving me tasks to do on people's websites and overlooking stuff I was doing. And I started learning Photoshop again because I had taken a class in high school about Photoshop, but it was just so I didn't have to have a class. You feel me? It was an elective. I didn't have to do real work. It was on a computer, and computers are easy. It's all in a
Got
book. Like I didn't have to figure out the
sure.
answer and do a whole lot of paperwork. We didn't write one paper. It was all Photoshop projects. So I had learned Photoshop, but I didn't use it when we were in college. And I had taken some editing classes for videography when we were in college as well. Or no, in high school. I was AV. I was in the AV club. We did video announcements. Kind of
Yeah.
nerdy.
Cool.
Like,
Sick. That's
and so
sick.
really, bro, I was just applying stuff I learned in high school again once I got out of college and went and was trying to learn from my cousin. Like I was trying to figure out how to position myself better as an actor, and she
Mhm.
was using me as an asset to the agency she was building. So it was like I was getting some information from her, but I was watching the way she moved as well.
Mhm.
And after I was in Washington, bro, I was only going to visit. It was for a month. I just went to visit, but I didn't buy a return ticket. And so after
Mhm.
like 2 weeks, my cousin, like I said, works with big brands. So she wasn't even in the house. Like literally, she was gone for 12 hours a day for the first like 2 weeks. So I was like, all right, I gotta get to it. And so, bro, I got on
Right.
the internet. I just got on Craigslist and Google and started looking up like acting classes, people who are looking for actors. And right before I moved there, my cousin Quayshawn did a photo shoot with me, and he's like, "I want to make all my cousins models." And I was like, "All right, cool, let's do it."
Sick.
So by the time I got there, I had a whole photo shoot from him. I did a photo shoot with a dude who started a photography business in my hometown, and I did a sunglasses shoot with a brand that I think
Mm.
she paid me with like $250 worth of free sunglasses. But
Word.
from there, bro, I was like, all right, cool. I have a portfolio. I have an acting degree. Right before I left, I did a play with the professional theater, bro. It was crazy. I got like $120 after like 4 months worth of work, bro. I was like, this is insane. I will never act for money again if it's
Yeah.
only like this. Like, just tell me to act for free. But
It's the
I'm
same
thinking we
thing,
about to get
basically.
paid at the end of this.
Yeah. Right.
Bro, it wasn't even $200. Like, it didn't even cover my gas from Columbus to Worcester. That's an hour and a half. I was driving from Columbus to Worcester, bro, like regularly. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I slept in my car. Like, I probably slept in my car like 3 to 5 times. Like,
Wow.
after college graduation to
Uh-huh.
moving to Washington, at least 5 times I slept in my car, bro,
Just
just
making it
because I
work.
didn't want to drive back and forth from Columbus to Worcester, and I didn't have gas money and food money. Like I'm talking, I got $60. I have 3 more days of rehearsal, and I don't know the next bag I'm about to make. You feel me?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't
for
know the
sure.
next play I'm about to make. So
Yeah.
that's where we were, and then that's what fast forwarded me to being in Worcester and being like, all right, bro, like who needs a bag?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not doing this. I'm not doing
No,
this.
for sure.
And honestly, bro, I got blessed. I got blessed. I got blessed in a weird way because it's like I got in trouble doing what I was doing, but
Mm-hmm.
it put the fire up under me to get out of my hometown because I definitely probably would have got comfortable and tried to stay, bro.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And I think that's, I mean, I think that's how it goes for like a lot of those experiences. Like, so you graduated and then I did a 5th year at OU.
Yeah,
Um, and it was like kind of similar in that like you need to get out of that environment, especially in it, like how we were. It started getting a little sad.
but
Not even just like,
I want to say this: it's not like we were being like completely detrimental.
oh no,
We just weren't being productive as much as we could.
right, right, as much as we could, and also like it was also sad in that like a lot of my roommates had gone, you had gone, and like some of the stuff that was starting to happen was like it wasn't happening to me per se, but like some of the negative effects of like that life I was starting to see in some other people, and I was like, oh man, all right, I'm good on this. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time to retire. After
Yeah.
the year. After the year.
No, yeah, and I feel like that's kind of where I was when I met you, though, because like I
Uh-huh.
said, when the night I met you, bro, I hadn't smoked, I hadn't drank, like I went sober, and when you said we ended our last time seeing you at the Acacia House, I said it's funny because like I stopped going to fraternity stuff, bro. At the time I met you, I wasn't even in the fraternity anymore. Like I
Yeah.
spent 3 years a diligent, active member. I lived in the house, bro. Like, and then I was just like, all right, let me hone in real quick before we get
Gotta
out of
on
here, and
something,
I don't know what's next, and I still didn't know what was next. You feel me?
bro. So relatable. As soon as I got out, I had no idea, and it was just like it was more than a year of like reconstruction, basically. Where you're just like, because I didn't know what I wanted, and so you gotta like do something, get
Yeah,
some
bro.
sort of experience.
And that's how I ended up at the church. And it's just funny
Hmm.
because like everything played together. Because like I said, in high school, audiovisual club, and I was in the speech and debate team. You feel me? And then I
Hmm.
did acting, like theater in high school. And
Yeah,
so fast forward, I didn't know what to do, but I knew whatever. I ended up being an acting major, and then I
I
started
saw one of
making
your
music.
plays at OU.
Good. I'm glad. Was it for a
Yeah.
class?
I think it was for no, what I mean. You were in the class. I can't remember. No, you like invited us, and so I can't remember who I went with.
A lot of people who seen them had to go for a class. There are classes
Oh,
that will
okay.
make you do an event at school for credit. So people who usually saw
Oh,
me, it was for a class. That's the only reason I said it like that. A lot of people, bro,
gotcha.
was not coming to watch a play.
So I did take an acting class, and we did
Oh, yeah,
have
I
to go to
remember we were
a
talking
play.
about it.
But that was
Your
I took.
teacher was one of my like he was a grad student, so
Yes, he
I
was.
knew him. Yeah, I
Yes,
knew your
but I
teacher.
took the class sophomore year before I knew you, so I had to see that whatever I did for class, I had to see beforehand. But yes, yeah, because I enjoyed it. I mean, I did some plays in middle school. I was too chicken shit in high school. I was like, what if people like see me? It's like, yeah, that's what happens when you go to a play. People
No,
see
when
you.
you're on stage, somebody's gonna see you.
Yeah.
No, 100. But it wasn't
Yeah.
my idea to do it, bro. A girl was like, "You should do it. You should do it. You should join. You should join." And fast
Mm,
forward, bro, she just had a big crush on me and wanted to see me more. Like,
that's hilarious.
but it worked in my advantage because like I'm an actor now, so
Right.
but yeah, bro, I just needed something to do once I got to Washington. And so like from my cousin having bought a camera and me saying like the say what you want video, I edited that. From I started doing edits on clips and files people would send me, but I hadn't shot my own stuff. So my first
Mm,
priority when I got to Washington was get a new camera because I had already upgraded my studio equipment before I moved. And I got, bro, the stuff I use now. You feel me? You heard that Love Wolf, like I
yeah.
recorded that myself, like with the equipment I bought then. And so once my senior
Oh,
year happened, all I was doing the year I met you, bro, was making music almost every day. You know that. That's all I would talk about when I would come over and I would go to work and then I would go to school. So all I did was my classwork. I would come home and go work on music. And then I would figure out how to put music out and make websites. That was all I was doing. And then after I did it one time, I was figuring out how to get better equipment. And then I realized my cousin had a camera and could shoot music videos. So my whole goal was to get more music videos. And then once he
mhm,
shot them, I was like, I need a camera so I can do all of this myself for myself, right? And then once I got to Washington, it's like, all right, I got the studio equipment. I need a camera so I can take this to the next level. Got the camera and I needed to learn how to use it. So I just started taking a bus all throughout Washington anytime I needed to go to Seattle. And like I said, my cousin brought me out there, but she was hella busy with work. So I
right.
started looking up classes. I got accepted into an acting agency that was kind of a joke because if you have somebody sign you for representation, they're not supposed to make you pay their photographer for headshots. They'll give
Pay
you a
their
list
own.
of people, but they're not going to have the headshots in their back room with the photographer that they use all the time.
Mm,
And you feel me? And they tell you how much it's going to cost. You're going to have a conversation with the photographer that they're affiliated or associated with, and they're going to send you to go do your thing, right? So
okay.
this agency was collecting checks from people to get photos done, right? And then they were also charging people for the class that they were giving them to teach them how to be a better actor. Someone who got a degree in this field was taught that those are red flags from someone who's saying they're an acting agent because your acting agent is going to get paid by getting you paid. They don't
Right.
have side quests and gigs like that. And if they do, they don't run it in tandem with the agency in signing you. Like when they sign you, they're not going to tell you about all the other services you can buy from them at the same time, right?
I follow. Okay.
And so it's like I knew this, but I also didn't have any legs in the game yet. So
Right.
they were willing to let me take the class. It was 8 week on camera training and do it for free. I was like, all right, bet. I was only planning on coming for a month. We're 3 weeks in. I guess I'm gonna be here for 2 more months, right? And so I did all of that, and the class was actually beneficial. It was like a reminder. And you said you saw me in a play, so
Mhm.
this put my mind in the role of camera work and being on camera as opposed to on stage. And all the time back and forth from the class, it's an hour drive, hour and a half drive. I was on the bus, so it's a 3 hour, 3.5, 4 hour bus ride from where were we? Federal Way, Washington to downtown Seattle. Like, bruh, I was learning.
Yeah.
I had
When
to learn
when
how to use the bus.
when right when you made the switch like and started doing more camera stuff, did you because like in theater on stage you have to like project and you have to emote so people can see what's going on. Did you have to like dial it back at all or like what was that like the transition
Yes
like?
and no. So I'm gonna say this. Still to this day, man, it's been a minimal amount of on-camera work that I've had to do that required a lot of acting on my part. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But before I even left OU, I did 2 films, and they never really commented too much on dialing it back.
Gotcha.
And I think part of what it is a lot of time on stage, they would always tell me to go bigger up until we would get into performing it. And then it's like I meet the crowd. But before then, the space isn't full. So I feel self conscious being full. But as soon as once I
Yeah,
say it loud as hell, there's enough people to absorb. I think what it is my power scares me when there's nothing to like distract from it sometimes. And I'm self
yeah,
conscious
yeah,
about it. So
yeah,
it
for
was
sure.
like my whole college career, bruh, in class, our teachers would tell me to go further, go further, go further. So now that I'm on camera, it's like you got to tell me to take it there for me to explode. But the point you made is 100% true. Most people they say they have to learn to fine tune it because if you're on camera, it looks explosive. You feel me? But if I'm
Sure.
just like that'll do. You feel me? So it's
Yeah, yeah.
like I had that understanding, and once I started seeing behind the camera, I think that's really what just gave me a different insight. Once I started seeing behind the camera, I'm aware of how subtleties can seem really big.
Well, yeah, I mean, and a lot of times when there's like a really good actor or actress, they're praised for the subtleness of their performance. It's like what's not said.
Yeah.
It's the eyes, it's the facial expressions.
Because the
The
camera is usually here. So it's like on stage, bro, there's somebody who's 50 feet, 100 feet away. So you
Mhm.
have to make it clear to them. But on camera, bro, you can just look to the left and right and we get it. You're confused.
Mhm.
Like,
Right. You can
yeah.
jaw clench to show like anxiety or anger or something like that.
No, yeah. I think the
Yeah.
biggest thing I had to learn was to not move so much.
Mm.
That was the biggest takeaways on camera,
You got to
especially
stay in
because,
frame.
like, so, like I said, I went to Washington, but I wasn't planning on staying. So I wanted to move to Atlanta, bro. I took 2 trips out to Atlanta. I signed with an acting agency out in Atlanta, bro. And I took
Oh shit.
2 different classes. One was with this guy who's a big TV producer, and he literally had us like, bro, he had us go through the script, write out our footsteps, our trajectory, and where we would stop at. Practice it for about 10, 15 minutes, and then get up and they filmed it, bro. And he was moving the camera, but he was like, once you get on these big sets, these cameras are going to be on dials and machines,
Mm-hmm.
and the movement is programmed. So if you're not on your mark by that time,
Yeah,
we
you gotta
have
hit
to
your block.
stop and reset it and do it again. So if we have to reset more than 3 times, we are now going to be pushing our time frames around.
Right.
I was like,
Right. So
that's
you
crazy.
gotta hit your blocking hardcore.
And you got to know in your head already what's going on, but you still have to remain natural and you have to stay in the scene with your partner. So that was probably the biggest, like, okay. And it was just a 2 day intensive, dog. But yeah, so I went to Washington, went and got a camera, started driving through Washington, trying to figure out how to use the camera, started taking a whole lot of photos, and took 2 trips to Atlanta, took 2 acting intensives, got signed to an agency out there, went back to Seattle, got signed to an agency there, took their 8 week intensive, and then I started looking for auditions, bro. Nah, once I signed with the representation, they probably booked me on like 3 gigs. I did little stuff for like Microsoft because they're based in
Mm.
Washington, and
Okay.
yeah, I started trying to figure out how to get on stage. And from the class, this is what happened, bro. I took that class, right? Somebody messaged me from that class and said, "Hey, I saw a posting for a play reading. I think you should do it." And so I went to sign up for the play reading, bro. And the writer liked me, right? And then people from his theater class, he was a grad student at the University of Washington. People from his class came to his reading, and one of the girls, it's actually really funny, thought I was hot, bro. And I didn't even really talk to her that much, but from after the reading that night, we were just outside. She was like, "Oh, what you about to get into? Oh, hi, yeah. I think you would be really good for this. Like, my friend is holding an audition, and this was a real job. You feel me? It paid
Mhm.
hourly, and they were holding auditions, and I went and I got the part, man.
Let's
And so this
go,
was
baby.
my first time getting a paid acting gig for real. And so that's what kept me in Washington. Because at the time, bruh, like I said, I was working part time at the church, and I was living with my aunt and uncle, bruh, and I was sleeping on the floor in the basement, dog. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I had a cousin who struggles
Sure.
to, you feel me?
Hmm.
I and bro, he showed up at my job, stole my phone and my wallet, and told me I had to fight him for it back. This is outside of a church, bro. And it looked like he was off of something, bro. I don't know what, but my man was lit.
Sure.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
eyes like this.
Bugging out. Oh god. Yeah.
Yeah, like fight me. No, you gotta fight me. I'm like, bro, what? So our first week of rehearsal, bro, I show up with a deviated septum. My nose has been fractured, but I had a hairline fracture between my nose and my eye and a black eye, dog. The week we start rehearsal after I get the role. And so that same week, I had to get out my aunt and uncle's house just because I didn't feel safe, bro.
Sure.
And I ended up sleeping at the house of a woman I knew when I was 6, bruh. I had lived in Washington with my mom. It was a elder at the church we went to. She lived like an hour from where I was rehearsing, and so the first weeks of rehearsal, I slept on her couch. I had about $600 saved from my job at the church, and I had a paycheck coming up that was about to be $600. So for a week, dog, I just spent like $100 between buses and eating gas station food, bruh. Crackers, apples, bananas. I didn't spend more than $3 anytime I went in a gas station, bro.
Just
And I
making
would
it
only
work.
go in the gas station like 2 days, 3 times a day.
I fucking love it.
And the pastor at the church was aware of the altercation because it happened at the church, bro. Look,
Sure. Hard
crazy.
to not be
So
aware.
he took my phone in my wallet, ID, Social Security, credit cards, bank cards, all of that. Apple Pay is my cousin. We lived in the same house. He knows my phone password. He's used my Apple Pay to run in the gas station and buy shells and stuff, right? Shows up
Uh-huh.
at my job and says, "I'm leaving. You got to fight me if you want this back." I reach for his hand, bro. He grabs my hand, right? And so with my other arm, I grab his hand, right? So
Uh-huh.
now we standing there outside of church like this, just tussling for arm control. We end up falling over onto the ground, bruh. A sheriff starts driving by while we tussling, bruh. Yes,
No.
bruh. And so he's He starts throwing punches. I'm trying to block him. I grab his hand, like pull him down. We just fighting for control, right? He gets me, boom, boom, headbutts me, bruh. I'm on the ground trying to fight for control. He's throwing punches. I'm just trying to snatch him, boom, boom, grab his arm, fight for control, do a cross body, right? So his body's turned, and I'm just trying to control him and get to his pocket. We're on the ground, so he knows I'm trying to get to his pocket. Jumps and swivels up. I don't know how. I go to turn and push off. As I'm kneeling to stand up, I just get hit with the meanest uppercut, bruh. Like I'm face down, going
Dang.
to look up. As I'm going to look up on my knee, the whole world goes black for like 3 seconds. I blink and open my eyes. 2 sheriff cops are sitting there, and they're already out the car staring at us.
Oh, damn.
I'm at work,
My cousin stole my shit and I'm at work.
bruh. And so I
This is
started
wild.
rehearsal with a fat face, dog. The play was a smash hit. Rehearsals were hella awkward. Why does this kid have a black eye?
Yeah,
What
everyone
happened to
wants
you?
to know.
You're taking the bus back and forth. Like, bruh, you're eating crackers.
You're coming off
I
major
have not seen
sketchy.
this kid with a full plate of food. I was not leaving, dog. I was about to finish that play. And it was so great that I did because from there, bruh, it was written about. So once it got written about, more people in the theater world out there came to see the play. And something
Oh,
I
dope.
didn't know is Washington is one of the, at least pre-COVID, it was one of the few states that still had a decent theater scene in the theater crowd, bro. And so I did not
Oh,
know that.
shit.
And so the first couple of weeks was cool. Rehearsals full time. I was getting paid like 30 hours a week worth of acting. Once the play started happening, we would only perform like 3 days a week, 4 nights a week. So the paychecks dwindled. And again, I was like, all right, what do I do? But at this point, I had been working at the church long enough to understand how to live stream for multiple platforms, like how to do the social media, how to post on multiple social media accounts, because I used to do it for myself with Twitter
Right.
and Facebook and Instagram, just with my music. And then before I met you, the year before I met you, I started just posting inspirational quotes every day. Like my
I
Create
remember
Reality
that.
Production page, that used to be a
Yep.
Chuck Diesel page, and my Chuck Diesel page used to be like just my page, you feel me?
Yeah,
And then I was
yeah.
like, let me just post all my content on my Chuck Diesel page, and then I have my camera, let's start doing stuff for photography. But if you scroll down, that page, bro, is just much worth of positive quotes and inspirational quotes. And
Yeah, I
so
remember you used to do that. Uh-huh.
yeah, man. And so once the play ended, I was back to trying to figure out how to get side clients and do photo shoots and stuff. But I also have been signed to this acting agency. So once in a blue moon, I would get like a job for something random. But it wasn't consistent, and it wasn't more than, I think the highest check I had got from acting at that time was probably like $1,200.
Gotcha.
Nice for the month, but not
Right.
substantial for a lifestyle. And after I got into it with my cousin, the pastor told me to look on Craigslist to find somewhere to live. And crazily enough, I had got the job off of Craigslist. You feel me? He was looking for
Oh,
somebody to
shit.
organize files and ended up hiring me as the head of his media department for like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, look on Craigslist. Ended up finding a guy who was renting out an 8-bedroom house, bruh. And listen to this, bro. It was like $650 a month, right?
Okay.
My last 6 months in that crib, bro, I had the ground floor, 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, my own bathroom, completely to myself. 2 people
Oh,
lived on the
amazing.
third floor, bro, and
That's
it might have
sick.
been for even more than 6 months, bro. $650 a month, internet, everything included.
Let's go. I mean, you can't even beat that.
At first, I can't even pay for it. When I moved in, I paid $600 down and $600 a month later, and then $600 to catch up on my rent.
Gotcha. Yeah, playing a little catch up there. Hey, bro, what's awesome about all this though is just like making it work. Is
Bro,
just
that's what I was
I'm
doing.
gonna do this. We're just gonna make it happen. We're gonna throw shit at the wall until it sticks, and then when it sticks, we're gonna throw the same kind of shit. Like,
You feel me, bro? Because like, I was not trying
respect.
to stay in Worcester. I definitely didn't want to stay getting bossed around at the job I trained somebody to do. And nothing that I had done in Ohio was working. I had met with the agency out there, bruh, and this was just me trying to find out a little bit about the company. The woman was like, "Yeah, we love your material, dog. We love you. Have training. Like, all right, cool. We want to offer you representation." And I was like, "All right, cool. Any questions for me?" I'm just trying to get a gauge. Like, what's one of the like craziest gigs you've ever gotten somebody, or like one of the dopest
Uh-huh.
productions? The woman, bro, she said, folded her stuff, pushed it aside. Now, Charles, I just I just want you to realize, as soon as just the mannerisms, bro, I was like, all right, you have no hope. Like, exactly, bro. Because I just want you to realize, pretty much she was saying, we're located in Ohio and we're not a large firm, and work in the area just doesn't exceed a certain limit. So I don't want you to have grandiose expectations. I want you to realize, and I was just like, I'm not asking you to get me signed to the next Warner's production, bruh. I'm just
Yeah, like,
curious
what's some
of the
cool shit you've
scope.
done?
You don't
Yeah.
have any hope that you guys are even gonna do any cool shit anytime soon.
Right. She's like someone who's already given up on what she does, and it's just like,
Like, not giving up, but already put a limit on it and wants to put a
right.
limit on how big I was like, look, bro, I
Well said.
understand that the scope of work is not going to be what it is in Hollywood. That's why I got you.
It's
But for you
Ohio.
to tell me to set my expectations before I even know what you guys do, nah, I'm not gonna limit myself like that. And so I just knew that if I wanted to get anywhere acting. And after the first gig that I did with the theater, about $128 after 6 months of my life, 4 months of my life, I was sleeping in the car, man, for $100. Man, never again. And so I just wasn't going back. And I had already put so much money into being out there. I was like, I got to do it. So once I got that role, even after I didn't have somewhere to stay, and my cousin, ultimately the relationship between me and my cousin's family like completely disintegrated. So it's like, if I'm
Sure.
going to have all of this go wrong, this is the one thing going right, and I'm getting paid to do it. And I
That's
spent
right.
4 years learning how to do this. So I'm going to lean into this opportunity and see what happens.
Exactly.
Like I
Yeah.
said, bro, I took the 8 week intensive. Somebody in the class told me to go online and sign up for a play reading, just a reading. I think they paid us like $100 for the play reading, which was love. And from the reading, somebody heard me acting, told me to go audition. I auditioned. I ended up being it was only 4 people in the cast, bro. It was four. That's a supporting lead role. You feel me? And
Right.
everyone who was in the class, bro, one woman was like 40, 50 years old. You feel me? Professional actor for over 20 years. The other
Uh-huh.
two people were grad students. You feel me? I don't have graduates, you feel me, in performance and acting and theater and none of that. I have a bachelor's.
Yeah.
And I did not do this stuff since I was in middle school, and I didn't take it serious in high school. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm one of 4 people who was allowed to grace this stage. And then we got write-ups in like 5 different newspapers, bruh. Every person who wrote about me had nothing but positive things to say about my character, even if I had the least amount. I'm not gonna say everybody had a lot to say, but
Sure.
everybody had positive things to say. So
Good.
fast
Well, you
forward
get
to like a
noticed.
year and a half, I'm still working at the church. My hours have dwindled down, and I'm still trying to do photography stuff and still trying to get acting jobs. I switched agencies because, like I said, bro, they were a joke. They were charging people money to sign up. One time I went to collect a check, and the woman the agency was named after, like she was stepping out of her office while I was stepping into the room, and she was like, "Hey, surprised to see you around here again." She was surprised I was still working with them, dog, because she knew that I knew more than 80% of this talent that they signed. You
Uh-huh.
feel me? And that I didn't need to take their classes and stuff like that. You feel me? I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
doing
yeah.
more of a service to them by being on their roster than they were doing to my career. You feel me?
Gotcha.
And so once she said that, I'm surprised to still see you around here. I'll say, yeah, we got to get up out of here.
Never again.
You feel me? So I signed to another agency, and it's actually crazy. I've seen the woman out here at the gallery I worked at in LA. Like
Small
my
world.
old manager walked in, and it was like, Charles? I was like, oh my God, what's good? But
Right.
so we trying to get to the bread again. It's been
Mm.
probably like a year. I had started doing sales out there. I worked for a cell phone marketing company, and in between that, a woman who had seen the play was now the director of a play at one of the biggest theaters in Washington, and it's called Seattle Children's Theater. They partner with Kaiser Permanente, so they have bread, they have funding, and it's for schools and children. So like everybody cares about the kids. You feel me?
Of
And I
course.
just
Yeah,
say
yeah.
this to say, people say theater, no money. They're established. They're not going anywhere because the bag is not going away, right?
Follow.
And after I got the role, someone had called me and asked me to come audition for it. Once I got the role one day, it was snowing in Washington. Doesn't happen often. I left rehearsal, got food, lollygagged, whatever. All in all, it took me over half an hour to get to the bus stop, and I got to the bus stop at the wrong stop I was going to. I ended up getting on the same bus as the director.
Oh, golly.
After we've only known each other for maybe 2 weeks, and she was like, sit next to me. She let me know that she had seen me act at the play that was my first gig that I had the black eye for when we started.
Oh, shit.
Bruh, do you know how much money I got paid to be in their production?
Uh-uh.
Bro, we were getting paid like 1,600 every 2 weeks. We were making a minimum of 800 a week. Anytime we had to do photos, anytime we had to talk to press, anytime we went behind our hours, if we missed a meal break, we got extra payment. So on
Oh,
average, bro, I was making about $1,000 a week
that's sick.
acting because a woman saw me a year before in a play that I almost didn't
That's
do.
like real money.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You feel me?
Yeah, I
I
feel you.
made, and this is the beautiful thing. After the first time, the first run of it, they ran it back.
Oh, let's go, baby.
So 2 productions, bruh, back to back, getting paid $1,000 a week to act. And
Right.
I still had my other job, bro. I still worked at the church. I was doing media. And when it first started, I was still working in sales. After I got into it, the manager didn't want to let me leave early, bro. I needed to leave at least an hour to an hour and a half early, like 3 days a week. He said,
Mhm.
no, bro, I was the best sales lead on the team and had
Uh-huh.
only been there for like 2 months. I had just started and had the best sales. He said, I can't let you leave an hour early regularly. So you'd rather fire me and replace me than let me leave an hour early a couple of days a week? Cool, so be it. Bro, I had 3 jobs still. I still had 3 jobs, dog. So yeah, that was the trajectory. And then this led us up to 2019. It was December. It was the end of the show.
Action-packed year.
Bro, that year went crazy. Cause like I said, a year went by where it was kind of poopy. I started doing the sales and working at the church, and I was still just making enough money. You feel me? 'Cause it was sales, dog.
Right.
Right. So I had to make sales in order to actually get paid. And then with
Yeah,
the
dude.
church, like I was just going for Sundays. It went from full time to just going on Sundays and uploading the service from that past week online. Like I had already
Mm,
organized everything, bro. It took me like 6 months to organize everything, get everything downloaded, and now we're just on new content. We only make new content once a week. Oh, once a week we shoot it and then we upload it. That takes 2 days. I went from a full time schedule to just 2 days of work there. And so when I didn't have a job, I was going from 2 days of part time work trying to figure out how to pay everything. And I was taking the bus for the first year and a half. So it
yeah,
would take
that
me
adds
two
up.
hours to get from my house to anything that happened because I didn't live in Seattle. Seattle
Oh,
was like LA, bro. 1600, 1200, 1500, anywhere you want to live at.
yep.
Yeah, man. So that was my trajectory from then until 2020. As COVID happened, I ended up getting furloughed. Ended up everybody getting that extra like 500 a month. Plus, my job was already just still paying us 400 a month. By the end of COVID, bro, I had saved up like $12,000, and I had a
Oh,
friend who was
man.
like struggling because he was in Cali. He was in the food industry, and everything was getting closed. He wasn't able to
Right,
work,
right. Yeah,
so
they
he
close
needed a
crazy
roommate.
restaurants. Uh-huh.
That's how I ended up in California. He needed a roommate. I had been acting for a year full time. I had no other job but acting for a year, and then I had picked up another job just because I wanted extra money. So things
You
were
had
on
the
the up
money.
and up. I
Yeah,
moved to Cali, bro. It's been a show for the last 4 years.
yeah.
But it hasn't. I've done some dope things, bro. Like I've been to dinner with Snoop Dogg. I've met people I've
What?
seen on TV since I was like 8 years old, bro. I have 3 different studio locations that I work out of now. We're open 24/7. So that's why I'm really saying it's just a matter of getting clientels in. Like The Voice, I've done music videos with the runner up from The Voice in Malta, which is like underneath Italy, bro. So I've worked with international talent at this point, bro. I've had models from Germany in my DMs, dog. And you already know me, bro. You see where we was at. We was with the bros. How many times you see me out and we start trying to pick up girls, bro? Never. Like, man, I
Never.
don't say never, but it's like that was never the
Very
intention
rarely.
or the main goal. Like you would see me
Right.
talk to girls, but it would be after like there'd be some type of interaction. I wasn't making the interaction. That's not what I'm about. But
Uh-huh.
like even just with that, I've had girls from Germany, Russia, like drooling over me, dog. And I'm like, all right, bet. Like we can make moves, you feel me? So it's like a lot has happened. But if you really look, I just told you a portion of what happened between graduation to making it to being ready to move to California.
Right.
I don't know too many people who are going to get robbed and beat up and then under investigation by the cops outside of their job at a church with nowhere to live who's going to stay for a temporary 3 month gig.
Right.
I wasn't going nowhere. Even after the
Hmm.
gig ended and I still had no job, I wasn't going nowhere. You feel me? So it's like, just make it shake. And then I ended up moving to Cali, bro. The dude I live with, we ended up not seeing eye to eye. And pretty much I just didn't feel comfortable or respected, bro. I was sleeping in a closet, dog. All my
Oh,
stuff
that's
was in a
bad.
closet. Like,
Uh-huh.
literally, I'm not a tall man. But
Yeah,
if
you
you
and me
put,
both.
bruh, we the same size.
I know, we're
That's
the
another
exact
reason
same.
why we're related. We the same size. But bro, I had two feet ahead of me and 2 feet below me of space. And then the
Get a
rest
nice
was my
little
body,
cat
dog.
stretch in there.
You feel me? And so it's like, yeah, I'm not about to stay here and do this, bro. I went from that, man. Oh, it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I just stayed on it until the point where it's like, bro, I was in the studio with one of Drake's artists, bro, freestyling just back and forth over beats with him for like an hour and a half, bro. Like, this does not happen to everybody. You feel me? So I really just
Not at
stayed
all.
down. Like, yeah,
Well, I think
man.
that's what's cool about like what you've been doing in LA, because obviously like I've followed you the whole time. And so like I saw you do your photography work, like I see you work with the different models and and whoever else hired you. But then a couple months later I'd see you mixing stuff in the studio, and then a couple months after that I'd see photos of you. So now you're the model. Like I've watched you do it all, and it's all stuff that makes sense based off like what I knew about you and what you were doing then. But it's just cool now, like adding the context of what you were doing before you got to LA and just how uncertain things seemed and how you made the most of those situations. When, like, to your point, most people might not have stayed in that situation and saw the job done, but you stayed there and you gritted it out. So I think that's what's really cool is, especially like if someone follows you now, or if they listen to this and then go and follow you and they scroll back on your Instagram, they're like, man, this guy's been doing dope stuff for a long time. It's like, there's been 4 awesome years, but there was this time
Bro, you feel me?
where
Just getting to California to be able to take that picture of that model, bro, took me 2 years of dirt. Hey,
yeah, oh
I
yeah,
bought my
2
first
years of
camera off
dirt.
of Offer Up, a tweaker.
Hey, dude, whatever works. See, and so that's like, I think that's where I'm at now too, especially like with the pod is like, I've been rocking it for close to a year, and like I'll send you a photo of my setup, but like when I film people, like if I don't do as many in person. It's just part of it is just scheduling, but like I don't have a studio. Tay and I bought a duplex a year ago, and we and we Airbnb the other side.
Let me hear that.
Yeah. So that's been helpful, but we don't have that much space. It's like we've got our bedroom, our kids' room, and then like a living area, food area, and a kitchen. And like if I'm working, like I tried to record a pod with Tay's sister Michaela at the kitchen table with like our kid crying in the background and all this shit, and I almost pulled my hair out. Like I got through it, and you know it's not that noticeable when you listen to it, but like I know
Because you were sitting there with it. You have these
you're sitting
expectations
there
for
with
what
it.
you want, and it's like, bro. So last night I was mixing something, and it's like I was commenting on it, and I was like, "And I'm about to go up here and adjust this and change it, not because it sounds bad, but I notice it looked different." And for the fact that I'm aware that it looks different, I can't leave it. It's
Yes.
just that when you're doing the thing, bro, you know what you want, and if it's
Yes,
not
I
that,
know what I want, and I also know like I know what quality looks like, and so like when I can't
if
meet
I'm
that,
pointing it out, it got to be horrible, and somebody else is gonna see it too.
yes, but it's also like, but I'm not gonna stop. Like
Right, you can't stop, bro.
you
Because
can't
look, like I
stop.
said, summer sessions. You still listen to summer sessions, bro. When
Yes,
I the day I put the song out, I was iffy about it because it didn't sound the way I wanted it to. But I had already spent so much time trying to make it sound right.
right.
Whatever, forget it.
You can only do so much before it's like before it just becomes inaction.
And that's one thing that I've definitely learned is like do something. You
Do
feel me?
something. Do
That's
something.
how I even ended up on Riverside, bro. It's like I wanted to start a pod, and I was like, all right, bet. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I just started filming on my camera. Just put my camera in the middle of the room, bro, and I did it in my living room the first time. Christmas decorations and everything. Went
Dude.
back and I watched it and said, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like that. Now we have a starting point. You start so you can have something to edit. Like,
Yes, exactly. And like and then you figure out goals, and then you kind of figure out what works and what doesn't. And so hoping to get into a studio sometime, but it's like also I'm not gonna rush it if it doesn't make sense financially. Like I feel like host game is going up. Like I feel more confident in myself as like a pod host and all that. So it's like, you know what, just keep knocking it out. And then once you got, you know, some dough for the studio, then rent a studio out and you can go there consistently. There's so many co-working spaces in Columbus. Like you can have your own little mini office for something on the low. It's not going to be a big deal, and just keep knocking them out and it'll be good. And
something I realized, bro, is like I said, I started in my living room, and then after I did the first like three, bro, I I just started looking at it different. And it's like, all right, how can I get this to just be more concise? I pushed everything into a corner
smart.
and just pointed a light at it, bro. And I kept doing it in my living room. Like you asked me if I'm at home now. This is my bedroom.
Yeah.
It didn't start, you feel me? And it took partially just the fact that I've been wanting to be on camera and stuff like from NOU. The streaming world and all of that wasn't the same, but I wished I had a
Yeah.
setup and I wished I had a camera where I could do stuff where I was look, you feel me? So it's
Oh,
like once I
sure.
got into the videography side of things and photography, I ended up buying lights. And then it was like, all right, cool. I've been recording music. I haven't sound treated any spaces that I've lived in a very long time. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, and I want to film stuff. Let me set the room up to look like something.
Right.
Like
Right.
so now it's like I walk into the space and I'm already reminded of the things that I have in the back of my mind that I want to go on as well. You feel me?
For
So,
sure.
but yeah, bro, this is my desk at my bedroom, and the light is really what it is. I realized, bro, it's really just a light. If you have good light and a clean backdrop, you can have a white wall, put a painting on it, and a green plant on the table. That's it.
Yeah, dude, I'll send you a photo. But when I recorded like my tag for YouTube, like at the end of the episodes, where it's like, hey, like, subscribe, all that shit, I filmed it in my living room in front of my bookcase, and I literally got down on my knees just
bro,
for
to get the
perspective.
background.
Yes, to get the background, and I just took our lamp and I put it over the couch, and so the top of the
The
light
light was shining on you.
blasted. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I did.
Bro,
And
you got to get creative, dog. You
yes,
know how many times I've had to figure it out, bro, from taping iPhones on walls.
oh my god! And I
Like,
was like, and it was only like 20 seconds of content, you know, that I needed.
right,
But
but
it
it
was
took you
like,
30
shit,
minutes
I
to
gotta
figure out
like,
how to shoot it.
I gotta jujitsu this room around and
Yeah.
like figure out what the fuck I'm doing. But it worked out, and I mean, it looks fine. Like it's good.
And that's another thing, though. It's like people think that they need big, grandiose setups to get stuff done, when really it's just doing the ground and legwork to figure out how to make it look that way sometimes. Because it's
Yeah.
like, it doesn't have to be a full, large scale production for the quality to look that way.
Right. Right.
You just have to
Exactly.
know what makes quality quality.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I'm literally right now. I'm at my mom's condo. She's visiting her sister in Kentucky, and I was like, all right, what's the best painting? What's the best? I was like, it's not much, but
Is there a window in front of you?
it's off to the side. But yeah, I just positioned myself so the lighting was good, and that's it. I'm like, this is the best lighting in the place. That's it.
Natural
I'm gonna have to
daylight.
turn a light on.
Natural daylight, dog, is always
Yeah.
going to be a winner.
Because I had the light on here, but it was reflecting off the casing of
Yeah.
and I was like, nah, that looks like shit. Turn that off.
And that's another thing. Once you get started, you're able to see stuff like that. You develop the eye, you start training yourself. So it's like if you're not doing it because it's not right yet, it never will be right because you've never started tweaking it. You can only make adjustments once you have something to adjust. So you got to start, which is why that
Yes.
version of Trap Diesel you have is what you have. Because it's like, I was all right. I've been waiting so long to put anything out. Bro, it was like, what, 12 songs on there? 15 songs?
Yeah.
Counting the
Probably,
interludes?
yeah. Probably like 50
bro,
minutes.
bro, I was just, let's get it out. And then after I put it out, I was able to tweak it. What's up?
Yo, Steve, bro.
Oh,
You got 5?
Dude, we can
I
wrap it.
got you. I'm on a podcast right now, but I'll be up in a second. Big bet. No, I'm with you.
Yeah. No,
Oh, birthday celebrations, bro. My birthday was last weekend, and I didn't even
Nice.
really
Wait,
do
how old
anything
are you
crazy.
now?
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, I'm 2 years older than you.
You 31?
Just turned 31.
I knew it. I thought you were a year older than I was.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's literally just been sticking to it. Because like you said, you see me as the person behind the camera. My cousin, when I was in OU, right before I graduated, got a camera. Said I want to make all my male cousins into models. Saw the photos. I said, okay, cool. Well, let me figure out.
Built.
I mean, nah, bro. Yeah, I can't front. I do have the
You are
build
built
for it.
I mean,
So,
let's not.
hey, it makes sense though. Like, let's run it. It wasn't my idea. If you see the vision, if you see the vision, I'm all for it. And worst case, I don't become a model, but me and my cousin just got to have fun driving through the city, finding video locations, and I got some crispy pictures.
Beautiful.
Ended up, all right, let me see. Somebody's looking for a model. Let me submit. Okay, I got accepted. Put that in the back pocket.
Yep.
I like his camera. I wonder if I could take pictures. We'll worry about that later. Right now, let's shoot this music video.
Right.
Music video. I guess I know how to edit it. And it was actually someone from our school, bro, named Terrell, who was in the videography program. He did a music video for me for free this summer. I think the summer before I met you, or the summer after, the same summer I met you. Regardless, it was the summer after we met. The summer after we met, he did a video for me for free, and I was just like, man, I want to start shooting. He's like, bro, you have an iPhone in your hand. You have no reason to not shoot anything.
No excuses.
This man goes to school for this.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. So it was just a matter of him saying that made me say, okay, let me start editing. I tried to shoot on my phone. I didn't like it. So I got a camera, $150. And I think, like I said, it was a tweaker, bro. So I put up and, bro, I went from Federal Way, Washington to Issaquah. This is like the equivalent of driving, bro, probably from where I live at to OU. That's 3 hours, 4 hours. I took like 4 hours bus ride, bro. One direction. It was 3 hours, one direction. Just so I could get this camera, bruh. And once I told him, yeah, man, it just took me like 3 hours to get here. It was about to be like another 3.5 hours back. I came from Federal Way. He said, what? Federal Way? Yeah, man, just give me 120.
Wow, that's awesome.
He felt bad that I just took the bus for 6 hours, bro. But from there, man, I just walked around for literally 6 months taking pictures of whatever I could see, anything, changing the settings. And then I got on the computer and just would play around with Photoshop and Lightroom. I had never used Lightroom. And I just played around with it until it got to the point where I was like, all right, let me offer my services. Bro, so like I said, I started acting from a referral from someone who knew somebody who knew somebody. Once I got into the play, 2 of the people were in the University of Washington program and were actors. My first paid photography gig was a recommendation from an actress that I had met in the same play. They were doing a gala and they needed a photographer. $650 for the night.
Boom.
I've never been paid to do this before.
That's awesome. But hey,
and so once I just racked those up, bro. All right, I did the photo shoot for the sunglasses thing. She gave me $250 worth of shit for free. Bet. All right, cool. I did a photo shoot as the photographer, $650. Bet. First gig I did as a paid model, bro. They tried to pay us $600 and use it for forever. From being on the music side of stuff, I took a licensing and publishing class freshman year at OU. They taught us about perpetuity. And a contract that says perpetual use or a perpetual clause means for forever. So make sure that whatever the trade-off is, you're happy with that for forever. Bruh, they wanted to use our image and our likeness in our photos for forever. And this was a company that worked with Nintendo. Bruh, what? I had never heard of them. It's called Anchor. They make electric plugs and like electronics and stuff. They're in every store, Walmart, Target, stuff like that. They wanted to pay us $600 to use our photos for forever, dog. I've never signed a contract for a model, and I looked at the paperwork and I said, I can't sign this. Bro, turns out it was an independent production company like me and you, a husband and a wife who do photography and videography and look for contracts with big companies. The company had signed them and sent them to go hire talent, bro. They said, okay, we'll talk to them about the perpetual use. They came back like 2 days later and said, all right, we'll double the money and we'll change it to a set amount of years. I'm no lawyer. and I've never done this. Give me my 1200, please.
Yeah.
And so, bro, I literally just took little stuff like that. Like, all right, I got this camera for the low. Let me ride around with it. All right, cool. I saw this posting on Craigslist talking about they need a model. Bet I just landed a photography shoot with Anchor and Microsoft, dog. Like, just from being on the internet, bro. Literally, Craigslist gave me everything I need in Washington. My first job, I worked at the church. I was the head of the media department, bro, from Craigslist. I needed somewhere to live. I found my house off of Craigslist. My first modeling job, I found off of Craigslist. You feel me? Like,
Oh,
bro, the studio that you see me in last week, I found the dude who is the lead engineer on Craigslist.
apparently, it's like some sort of underutilized tool.
Bro, I've ended up at red carpet events. Look, bro, I was at Lenny Kravitz's house from Craigslist. It did not start from Craigslist. There was a woman who was trying to get her own media together. She wanted someone to help her with her brand and make her logo. I started doing her logo design. Why? Because my cousin taught me how to do graphics when I was in college trying to build my own website, right? So I get
Shit.
hired to do this lady's
We need a
graphics,
logo
right?
for this fucking pod.
Oh, give me some keywords, some ideas, and a name. I got you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I
I
got
was
you for
playing.
sure, bro, for free.
Oh, I appreciate that. I was playing around with, on it with an AI generator, and I got a couple ones that are close. But I'll send you those. Yeah, I would love that. That'd be so sick.
No, I bet we'll come up with something that'd be dope. And so literally, bro, just putting all those skills together at odd times. You feel me? It's like
Mhm.
after I had done them in different regards, it was like, wait, bro, this is a production company. I already know how to do audio production because this is what I wanted to do. From having
Right.
to do that, I wanted to learn digital media, and I had to do it because I didn't have the money to pay somebody. From there, I paid to get videos done, and I saw how the videographer and director worked. I cannot keep paying him. So let me get my own so I can learn how to do it. And in the meantime, I got told that I can be a model. So let me model a little bit. Now when I work with models, I know how to direct the models because I know what they
You've
say to
been there.
me.
You've been in their
But
shoes. Yeah.
also from being the model, I know what goes on in my head when I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it is you want me to do. But from being an actor, we take direction for 8 hours a day from a play director, and we got to figure out everything they talking about from the inverse, because from the audience you talking about the right hand side, but I'm on the stage, so you talking about my left hand side. So it's like, you feel me? And then just being in the acting program, we had to learn how to talk and get our
Mhm.
ideas out, because
Right.
as an
True.
actor, bro, you don't take a whole lot of tests. A lot of your grading is based off of your understanding. And there's only two ways for me to know you understand: to either see you do it or have you say it and regurgitate it back to me. Part of our grade was based on how much we spoke and how much of what we spoke made sense towards what we were talking about. You feel
Right.
me? And so all of this just worked together for me to be able to be in the position I am now, where I can be like, yo, what is it you want to do? And how do you want to do it? Because if you want a video, I got you. If you need someone to be the videographer, if you need someone to be in a video, I got you. You need production? Do you need audio production for your video or your podcast? Like, I know how to do that. Even doing the podcast, bro, is I did live streaming video at the church as the head of media. When I got there, I knew nothing about live streaming. I know how to use OBS Studio. I know how to use Blackmagic cameras. Bro, I didn't even know what a Blackmagic camera was. I wanted to be an actor. I didn't need to know that. Now I'm
Right.
on
Right.
set and I can tell them about the camera that they're using on set, bro. Or I can help just figure out in my head what's going on. So this is a 50mm lens. Cool. So you in my face. Like you said, it's subtle. I don't even got to do too much because y'all right here. I know that
Right.
just because you said it's a 50mm. I don't know anything else about where you're positioned. None of that. I don't need to, because I understand now. And if you're using a 50mm, I know that the shot's going to be close. So I have an idea of the type of shot that you want. And all of this, bro, I could have never gotten this if I said this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to rap.
Right.
I just wanted to rap.
Still doing it,
And still doing it.
but not just.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Now I rap when I have my head free enough to be able to just think about the music. It's
Mhm.
like, yeah, and I love it, and I love the fact that everything compounded. And the way when I really retraced it, bro, is like I could never have planned out
Oh,
getting invited to Washington to visit.
well, I think that's like the thing about like our stories. Like anyone, just the human story is like when you look back at 2020, you see the narrative of your life, but when you're living it out, you're like, I'm just taking my skill set and applying it to opportunities that come and adapting along the way.
Adapt.
And then you just end up getting there. It
Yeah,
might not
bro.
be what you expected, but and then when you look back, it's like, oh, it makes sense that I'm here, even though
You feel me? It makes
even
sense
though
once
it
you look
doesn't.
at the legwork. But and this is why I just said, like, just start, bruh. Like,
Yep.
I was looking for something to do after I learned how to edit and design. I got a job off Craigslist and a house off Craigslist, and you feel me? Let me hop on Craigslist. Somebody needs some media or design, graphic work. Cool, bro. Reach out to her, say, let's work on this. Hits me with a call. Hey, I have an event, blah, 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 da, da, da. Do you think you come? I go to the event, bro. This is a red carpet event full of celebrities, bro. I do a good job at that one. Call me later, bro. I was at J-Lo and Ben Affleck's house, bro.
That's
And
crazy.
I got paid to be there.
That's probably the best way to be there.
You feel me? Bro, I felt good that night. I'm not gonna lie. J-Lo, I stole a bottle of cognac.
She don't miss it.
I had never seen it before. I needed it. Oh God. But yeah, bro, literally just from reaching out, like, and just doing this and doing that, like, I did an artist showcase. It was called the what is it? Oh, wow! I can't believe I just blanked on the name of this artist showcase so much. Oh, something dope for the people, right? So I did this open mic, something dope for the people. I met an artist there who knew a woman who was doing an artist showcase. I meet her. She asked me to help her with a reality TV show, essentially. Bruh, do you know who Baron Davis is?
No.
Bruh, he's an ex NBA player. Was an
Okay.
NBA star.
Uh-huh.
I'm at this man's pretty much his house, his compound, chilling. Dude wakes up off the couch. I'm like, you look mad familiar, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm Baron. Bro, I leave and I find out that this is an NBA star, and I'm at his shit, and I didn't even know what he looked like. I've been talking to his manager, bruh, for the last like 2 weeks. His manager is the tour manager for Young Money at one point.
Oh my God. Talk
And
about
he's
that's
the
a resume right there.
bruh, and he represents Taylor Swift, or not Taylor Swift, not Taylor Swift. What's her name? The song with Chris Brown. Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe with no air.
Jordan Sparks.
Jordan Sparks manages Jordan Sparks' career at this point, bro. I got in the room from offering to do a performance at someone's event.
So random.
Went from rapping to holding the camera for a reality TV series. I was supposed to be the artist in the series. Erase that, and now you're directing and shooting it. And by the way, he wants to be a producer on the project, and he works for Young Money and a lot of famous people and musicians and NBA stars, and yeah.
Dude, if there was any tour that I would have liked to have been backstage on, talk about a Young Money tour, like early 2010s. Yeah, like crazy.
Bedrock?
Oh my God. Just
Yo,
like
Nicki's first album?
Yes. Yes.
Take Care and
Take Care is so good.
In the Carter 3?
Yeah. Imagine being on tour with those three, just going around like crazy.
Bro, look. As an artist, I wouldn't have wanted to do it. You want to know why?
Yeah, I would love to know why.
Where's Tyga now? They overshadowed everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
There was no room.
There
was no room.
The hitters were too heavy. Too heavy.
You already had two heavy hitters, and then it was head started by Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And the song that Lil Wayne featured on, he became the highlight of it. This is not your song.
For sure. 100%. That was just how it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been an unfortunate time to be on Young Money, but to be at Young Money,
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, man, I know you got stuff going on, and Tay's wondering when I'm going to be home, so...
Yeah, we went half an hour past.
I know, but I couldn't. I was too into it.
I feel like we just started talking for real.
I know. I figured it would run away, so I was like, fuck it, I don't care.
No, I wish I would have let you do what you were doing in the beginning and direct it more, because I could yap.
It's all good. No, this is exactly what I wanted, though. I just wanted us to be able to catch up and just let it flow, and that's what makes a good episode, is just good conversation, and I appreciate the shit out of you for coming on and doing this, man. When
are you free next? Are the weekends good for you?
Oh, weekends are great for me, man.
Let's
weekends
do
are
this
good.
next Saturday, bro. Same time.
You want to do it again?
Yeah, I have you on mine.
Oh my God, for sure. Well, let me see. Here, when we get off, I'll look at next. Well, actually, Saturday might actually be good. Yeah, I actually have stuff to talk about for you on Saturday. So let's plan for March 1st, Saturday, around the same time, and let's bust it out. Let's do a part 2.
No, big bet.
Bro, thank you so much. This was amazing. I got your number again now, so that's good. I'll hit you with that logo shit, but thank you so much.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance, bro, just type out as much about it as you want or you can, just like in the sense of what the podcast stands for and means, and then in terms of what type of imagery you want, and then I'll kerfunkle something together.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, man. That'd be so nice.
No, big bet. Thank you for inviting me, bro. It was good to see you.
All right, Chuck Diesel, everybody. Thank you.
That's
and hey, I guess we're doing it again. So peace out, everyone.
Kiss the missus and the baby for me.
Will do. Thank you, brother.
No, for sure.
What's up, everybody? It's Jake here, Fowler and Friends. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me and all of us over here at Fowler and Friends. So if you could please like, subscribe, comment, do all of that. But definitely subscribe, share the video with your friends, keep on supporting the channel. Thank you so much. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.
Overpaying for your phone plan? That's so last year. Tello Mobile helps you save money in 2025. Cause hey, it's time to stop overspending on your phone bill. With Tello, you'll enjoy forever flexible options and never-ending savings. All year long. Go for a basic phone plan under $10 a month, or pick a higher data plan. They all come with great nationwide coverage, international calls, and friendly customer service. Plus, you can even bring your phone and keep your number. Start saving and switch to Tello today.
Yo, yeah, we back. I know you thought we went, but we back.
Yes, sir.
Chale.
We are back. Market Monday.
Chale.
We are back. We live from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on right now in the world.
Yeah, tell me about it.
For sure.
First off, the Bill Gates needing to colonize Africa. TikTok, today's exclusive. We reveal how Troy Rashad.
The rumors are true. The rumors are true.
Show love, yo.
Appreciate y'all.
That's a fact, man. But we got a lot to talk about. We got some surprises too.
Yeah.
That we going since we in Ghana.
Well, cheers to this. Cheers to this.
It's the only way.
You gotta cheers me, bro. There we go.
Can't leave him hanging.
It's only right.
But before we start, we do have some very important announcements.
Yes.
Okay. So we are coming back to America for my birthday. On my birthday.
Can you don't do that? Let me give you your official birthday shout out, man. Wait for that. Tell them why we coming back first.
We're coming back on my birthday for my birthday, and we are going to be doing something historic. We are going to be at Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
Let's see how you get to Carnegie. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah,
that's the slogan. That really is the slogan.
That's how you get to Carnegie Hall. So we will be joined by Robert Smith. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of him before.
Mm-hmm.
He's a extremely wealthy gentleman, $10 billion.
$10 billion.
Accountant. The CEO of Louis Vuitton will be joining us.
Legendary.
Some people don't like how I say Louis. They're like, how you say Louis Vuitton? Well,
that's what the brand logo says.
Louis
Vuitton.
I don't know any Louis.
CEO of Louis Vuitton will be joining us.
Louis Anderson.
And
rest in peace.
Musical performance by Rakim. Shout out to Rakim.
The original God MC.
The God MC.
The original God MC.
The original God MC. With a live orchestra. That's going to be interesting. So this is Thursday, February 27th, Carnegie Hall. Now, after this situation, I will be having a birthday party.
The flyer been going crazy. I ain't going to lie.
Some sexy karaoke for you. Ian, will you be participating in karaoke?
One espresso martini, I may.
Whoa, you got to think about that? There's a surprise. I'm up there. I might need you up there. It might be a song that has 2 verses. I might need you there.
So we will be doing some sexy karaoke. Ladies are welcome,
please,
for sure. Guys got to buy a table.
You're not welcome.
Let me get my section right now.
Yeah, everybody on there, though. I'm coming to Carnegie Hall. I'm coming to party out. I don't know about that. You can come to Carnegie Hall, meet us there. Everything else, that's on you.
Well, we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, so catch us at Lagos in Times Square. It's fitting that we're going to Lagos.
Yeah,
and we're in Africa right now. Right next door to Lagos, actually. So shout out to all my Nigerians out there. They're gonna have the jollof rice for me.
It's good.
For sure. So we will be in Lagos, Times Square, 10 o'clock. If you want to go, you can RSVP. Link in my personal Instagram page.
Okay. This is me when I do the birthday shout outs. You know, we'll still give you a shout out.
Yeah, we still give him a shout out. Come on.
Still gotta give it to it. It's his birthday week. It is Pisces season. So yeah, we still gonna do that.
For sure. And the last thing I'll say is that Blackout.
Yes.
Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Check out Blackout. Very important situation. So
there's a lot.
A lot. And you're gonna be